Good evening, happy Saturday night, and welcome to Runs Hits Aaron, the Pittsburgh Diamonds pregame show where we talk to Diamonds manager Aaron Miles. It feels like we have all left Pittsburgh and arrived in Honolulu. It's just got a little stickiness in the air. It's warm. It actually is kind of nice if you think about it that way. Thinking about anything except the end of last night's game might be nice.
Well, I'm thinking about today's game.
Yeah, that's right.
Last night was different. Very tough loss. I thought we got a great performance out of Ridge Ackerman, who, and he threw over 100 pitches and he hasn't been, so that was a plus. And Wes Wallace hit a home run. But some of the same deficiencies that have showed up again last night. Some 4-pitch walks with the 2 outs. Play not being made. Just not being able to close the door, stranding a runner at third. There were multiple reasons why we lost the game, and ultimately, we've been that team, and all teams in this league have struggled. There's some close games, and if you don't win those close games, it's going to show in the standings. And so far, we haven't done great in the close ball games, and we need to do better at that.
A couple things still left over from last night. We don't need to. The most painful way to lose 2 outs in the ninth, then you give up a 2-run home run. You have 2 ups in the extra innings with runners at first and second, nobody out. You don't score a run. But these are things that have happened, you said, also in the past. Some of the fun things, Wallace's home runs hit the foul pole. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I don't think we've won an extra inning ball game yet this year, which, kind of had me thinking maybe we should be doing bunt plays today. But it comes down to execution, whether it's defensively and offensively at the end of the game. Those International League rules, when you start with first and second, nobody out, you need to defend it, which we did the first inning. But then, we had our ups, and we didn't get the guy over, and we got the fly ball by the next guy, which could have been a game winner, but we didn't get it done. We didn't do the fundamentals to get the ball game, to get the win. So, that's something you deal with young players who are, not as experienced as you would want them to be in those crucial times. And we need to get better at that, and those guys need to hone in and maybe get in the cage, or maybe we need to do some things before besides just taking BP and ground balls to make this a better ball club. And we're looking at that, and we're going to do what we can, to kind of turn that around, because those close ball games, they're going to be here, and we need to start winning them.
Last night, one other thing about last night's game, Mike Heller, the umpire behind home plate, took a foul ball right off the front of his face mask. It looked like he actually lost consciousness for a second, and there was a long time where it was not clear that he was going to continue. And what happens in that instance? We were speculating on the broadcast. What happens if you have only one umpire? Does the game go on, or what happens?
Well, the game would go on. The field umpire would then change clothes and would resume as the behind the plate umpire. And depending upon how the other umpire felt, he might want to stay in the field and play the field, but you could go and say, hey, we're going to go with one umpire, and both teams agree to do it, and we're doing it. Other than that, you could agree to just say, hey, we're going to play the game, either revert back to the last inning, which would have been a tie, and then we would have picked it up at some other date. So those are the options, and Mike Heller, I've seen him take some shots before. He's a tough guy, and I thought he did a good job the rest of the way, and he grinded it out.
So we talk to you every day during the long season. We get different Aaron Miles. Sometimes during the season, last year was against Sonoma, we get fired up Aaron Miles. So we got a fired up Aaron Miles this week. Looking forward to San Rafael. Here we are. So what's the forecast?
I'm fired up because it's the next day. I'm not exceptionally fired up at all. We've got some guys banged up on this team right now. Valera's down, Carranza is down. It's not a good feeling when 2 of your best players are down. Steyerwalt couldn't pitch yesterday. I would love to have that game. Steyerwalt, doing what Ridge did, and then Ridge backing him up a little bit. So we're banged up as a team right now, and we got the best team in the league coming in. So, all you do is you grind out at bats, you play defense, you pitch, like you can, and you try to scrape out a win in these 2 games to make it a 500 week. I'd love to, win today and then try to make it a great week tomorrow. But, the steady mind says let's just get 1 out of these 2 because this is a hot team. And if we can get 1, that's great, and we'll go into next week, and our pitching's lined up next week to be very well. And, Steyerwald will come back, and McDonald will be, have a little couple more days rest. So, things are looking good in the future for us, hopefully. I mean, I feel good about going forward next week. But we're banged up right now, and we need to get 1 of these.
Carranza, what's wrong with Carranza?
Well, he hurt his knee a little bit. He's been on base damn near every single time he's been up and been running the bases. And, I think he, tweaked his knee a little bit on a bag coming around the other night. And so, we're giving him his day because we need him 100%. He's been swinging the bat well, having great at-bats, and we don't want something to linger with him further into the season. We give him these couple days. He's going to have, 4 days off. So let's get him right and ready for that next week. And hopefully, he'll pick up where he left off with his at-bats because he's starting to swing the bat really well.
Moskowitz, what's the story on him?
Sports, right?
That's the, he's the arm that we've been needing. He did a heck of a job for us in the first 10 days or whatever, 12 days of the season, and then came up with the tricep soreness. He's a big addition in our bullpen that we need. That we're missing right now. The guy that we, either he's going to be a setup guy or closer guy. He's there at the end of the game, and we've been missing him, and it's shown. It's shown because we're thin as far as shutting this game down. But I don't know when he's going to be back. It's a question mark. It's something that he thought would only last a couple days, and it's lingered. I believe Yu Darvish from the Chicago Cubs has also had a tricep thing that's been lingering. Thought it was going to be just a week, and it's turned into 2 or 3 weeks. It's been it's been about 2 weeks now for Moskowitz, maybe a little bit longer. So we're hoping that quickly he'll be back because we need him.
Dakota Freeze tonight against his old teammates. That worked before.
Well, yeah, it worked last time very well. Dakota, he's been throwing the ball well, and we hope he's on his A game. And he's a strikeout pitcher. When he's on, he can be as good as anybody, and he needs to be tonight against this tough NFL team.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. And that will do it for the pregame show. The first place, San Rafael Pacific's here in Pittsburgh for 2 games tonight at 5. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, if you can't join us tonight. We'll be back for the start of tonight's game right after this.
20 seconds.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The Diamonds taking on the front-running, and until last night, the red-hot San Rafael Pacifics. Diamonds experiencing, some tough luck last night. Looked like they were going to get one, Sterling, and in dramatic fashion, it was taken away.
Yeah, tough loss last night. I know the offense kind of did its job. The Diamonds had a lead going in the top of the 9th inning. You bring in one of your better bullpen pieces in Nick Barnesi, you expect to get that win. Unfortunately, a hit drops here, a home run here, then extra innings happens, and the Diamonds just can't get the offense going, and the bullpen eventually lets them down, leads to another Diamonds loss, and they come into the last 10 games with a 5-5 record.
Yeah, it was Nathan Etheridge, or actually Will Decker, who was hit by a pitch. And then with a couple of outs, Devin Carter was up there, and he hits a 2-run home run. And I don't think it was that much before when we were talking about Rob DeAngelis, who broke the Diamonds' hearts about a week or so ago in the game against the Stompers. Similar situation, 9th inning, Diamonds a lead, opponent hits a home run, and in the extra time, the Diamonds not able to get it done, and just a couple of heartbreaking losses.
Yeah, it seems to happen over and over and over again to this Diamonds team. The offense gets them a couple of runs. The starting pitcher gets them into the 6th, 7th inning. The bullpen can't hold it. I know Leach and Barnesi, they've tried their best, but between Spangler, Barnesi, and Leach, they have around a 6.59 ERA. It's not going to cut it when you have guys like Moskowitz out who are usually shut down guys. So when the bullpen's got to step up, but so does the offense too. You go into extra innings last night, you can't get a run in. That's also a problem.
Yeah, and there's that one situation when Morgan Blatnick with 2 outs just absolutely crushed one that the third baseman caught. Runner at third, the potential game-winning run. The Diamonds don't score there. You know, right there, you know, a foot either way, a half a foot either way, and they win the game. So it's a very frustrating situation for Pittsburgh. But tonight it'll be Dakota Freeze going against Neil Lang, and also some other good news coming in. Travis Blackley is going to be back. He is back. He's going to throw tomorrow, and he's supposed to start Wednesday against these Pacifics.
Yeah, you know, Blackley, he played for the Giants, played for the A's, played for the Astros. He brings that veteran presence in this clubhouse. It's not a fairly young team, but a team that has struggled recently. They're 4th place in the Pacific Association. They probably should be a little higher. So you get some guys who are hurt, and then you get a big pickup here at the former major leaguer, a former Giant, a guy who's been through his struggles and has had success on the highest level in this sport.
Right. You know, he's had some success here. He was here, of course, last year, and the win-loss record didn't end up to be as good as the Diamonds had hoped, but he was one of those guys that experienced some tough luck. And when a guy like that comes in, even if your staff is good, you're going to make some room for him. And the Diamonds, well, they're going to have to shift some things around. Tyler Steyerwalt's, you know, not supposed to be out long, but you never know how sometimes those injuries, you think it's going to be a week, then it's 10 days, then it's 2 weeks. You know, but hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. They've got, you know, Brett Solano, McDonald. There's going to have to be some shakeup. They're going to have to find some room for Travis.
Yeah, you know, when Blackley came back, we weren't sure of, you know, who's going to go to the bullpen, who's going to be the odd man out. And, you know, kind of fortunately for the Diamonds, they really don't have to pick an odd man out here with Steyerwalt being hurt. Obviously, you don't want Steyerwalt, who has been very successful in his last few starts, to be out. But, you know, if he has to miss his start to get Blackley in and gives Aaron Miles some more time, you know, that's so be it. But, you know, Brink's been good his last start. Solano, although he did struggle his last start, has probably been the Diamonds' most consistent pitcher all season. Freese has pitched great against the Pacifics all year. I think they're probably going to go start by start now for the Diamonds, as you see Freese on the mound and Stephen Javier behind the plate today. But I think Aaron Miles is ready. He gets Travis Blackley back soon, hopefully. I know he's already here, but he'll start pitching on Wednesday, hopefully for the Diamonds, and face his first place San Rafael Pacifics team tonight and on Wednesday as well.
Well, the Diamonds getting ready to begin here, and here is that starting lineup for the San Rafael Pacifics. Don Andre Clarkson center, Rondo Moreno at shortstop, Julian Randall in left, Brett Gillespie is the DH, Jake Taylor at first, Zach Files at third, Mike Staudinger is in right, Ricky Gingras the catcher, Aaron Brill will be at second base, and that lineup will face the aforementioned Diamond right-hander Dakota Freeze, a 1-3 record, 5.59 in 6 starts, 37 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts. That's a good number. 18 walks, not terrible, but I wouldn't say that's an awful number, but a little bit higher than I'm sure he and the Diamonds would like. Ron Adams behind the plate. Ricardo Rodriguez is the field umpire. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go on a beautiful day here in Pittsburgh. And the first pitch, Don Andre squares to bunt, lays it down. Third baseman has it over to first in time for the out. And very nicely done. And that is out number 1. Smith, Wallace, Hill. Left to right in the outfield for Pittsburgh. Blatnick, Garcia, Yasuda, Bracamonte. Third to first in the infield. Javier behind the plate for Dakota Freeze. So finally last night that impressive winning streak ends for San Rafael. Ends at 13. And Moreno takes low for a ball.
I was looking at San Rafael's record last night. You see they're 9-1 in their last 10 games, and it really doesn't tell the whole story. You know, Javier Randall's leading the Pacific Association in batting average with .416, and you know they had won 13 games in a row until last night. So technically they were 12-1 or 13-1 in their last 14 games, which is probably a record in the Pacific Association by far.
Actually pulled away from a lot of people. Coming in at 24-8. Vallejo at 19-13. Likewise for the Stompers, both Vallejo and Sonoma 5 games back. Pitt 15-17, 9 off the pace. Napa 11 off the pace. And Martinez right now not even on the page. 2 balls and no strikes. Make it 3-0 to Rondo Moreno. And he'll be followed by Julian Randall, who Sterling mentioned, and his numbers are just off the charts good right now. Next pitch in there, a strike, and the count 3-1. And Julian had hit in 7 straight before last night. He went 0 for 2. He did walk a couple of times and scored twice. And his average 416, the on-base percentage 497. So he has just been, well, I guess you could just say ridiculously good. Three balls, 2 strikes to Rondo Moreno, and here it is, swinging a foul left side, and that'll play, and the count remains at 3-2. Day off tomorrow for the league, and then, or actually Sunday they're going to play, and that'll be 1 o'clock here. Then Monday a day off for the league, and then next week here's the 3-2 swing on that ball's hit hard, but there's Yuki Isuda to make the catch. And ouch, that ball was scorched by Moreno, but he is allowed out number 2.
It's 2 good plays by this Diamonds defense. First, you have the bunt by Clark to Bladnick, who makes a good bare hand play and throw to first. Then you have Yuki Isuda, as you can see on your screen there. You know, hard line drive right to him from Moreno. Just jumps up and snags it. And helps Dakota Freeze out a lot. Could have been 2 base hits, but now it's 2 straight outs. You can see the replay right here. Off the bat of Moreno, Yuki Isuda goes to his right, makes a little jump and go ahead and gets out number 2 in the inning.
And here is the aforementioned Randall, right-handed batter, and the pitch to him. Low and outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Diamonds baseball coming to you from Delta TV and Mixler. Freeze ready, and the pitch swung on, and that ball's hit hard. And bang off the fence right above the Diamond bullpen. So 2 outs, nobody on, but some loud noise coming off the Pacific's bats right now. Well, the Packs were down, what was it, 7-1 and 8-2 in yesterday's games when Hops up there and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. And boy, I think they ended up tying it at 8, I believe, before finally succumbing.
This Pacific's team, you know, they're first place in the Pacific Association for a reason. You know, the league's not named after them, but you know, they seem to own the league. They are, you know, 24-8. They're 5 games ahead of second place.
Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Good looking pitch right there by Dakota. And they count 2-2.
Like we were saying, you know, 13 straight wins, 9-10 in their last, 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've only, you know, they haven't really been struggling at all. You know, a loss here and there, but you look at other teams have double-digit losses. Pacifics have yet to lose 10 games this season.
2-2 pitch. Excuse me, swing, foul ball. That streak, Sterling, started Thursday, June the 21st, ended yesterday, July the 6th. And it was actually June the 20th when the Diamonds went to San Rafael and beat the Packs. And then, of course, 13 games later, it finally comes to an end. That one's a bit high, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So you look at the numbers on Randall, and you have to ask yourself, Sterling, how long is he going to be here? Payoff pitch, called, strike 3, and the inning is over. So Randall, a strikeout victim, and a 1-2-3 first inning for Dakota Freeze at the end of half an inning. The Pacific's nothing, Diamonds coming up.
Hard work and some creative thinking can make a team a champion.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment.
That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399.
If you have an interest in finding out more about Rotary, you should stop by their weekly Tuesday lunch at the Hampton Inn at 1201 California Avenue in Pittsburgh. Or pay a visit to RotaryPittsburgh.org. Rotary is where neighbors, friends, and problem solvers share ideas, join leaders, and take action.
To the bottom of the first we go. Diamonds getting set to take on Neil Lang. And here's the starting lineup for Pittsburgh. Brett Smith, he's in left field. He'll bat first. Morgan Blatnick at third. Already the owner of a nice play. Gabriel Bracamonte is at first. Pat O'Donnell in the DH spot. He'll bat cleanup. Stephen Javier in the catcher spot. Wes Wallace is in center. Jerome Hill in right. Yuki Asuda in second. Jose Garcia plays shortstop and bats ninth. And they will face the left-hander Neil Lang, 2-1 with a 3.11 ERA and 4 starts. And he is 19 strikeouts and 13 bases on balls. Another local kid out of Acalanes High School. So the former Don will take on Pittsburgh as San Rafael trying to pick up where they left off with trying to start another winning streak. And Smith pops this one up, foul right side. It is just going to get out of play. And that one will hop over the bleachers. And they count 0-1. Defensively for the Pacifics, Randall, Clark, and Stottinger left to right in the outfield. Files, Moreno, Brill, Taylor. Third to first in the infield, Ricky Gingras behind the plate. And Lang on the mound. Packs in there navy blue, Diamonds in orange. The 0-1 pitch, and that is just misses, count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on its way. Swung on, hit hard, but foul. And the count goes 1-2. Well, we talked about some of the bad news that happened with the Diamonds yesterday, but some good news came out of it as well. Wes Wallace, a 3-run home run yesterday. He had been struggling. So nice to see him go yard again. I believe that was his 7th of the year. The 1-2 pitch, and this way up high for a ball. And the count goes 2 balls.
But you know, things
offensively, but Blatnick with those picks over there at first base and also playing third, he's giving you some good work defensively as well. But you talk about table setters, these guys have been nothing short of great in 2018.
The one thing is if Brett Smith seems to fail to get on base, which doesn't happen very often, as you see a pickoff move from Lang, and you see Blatnick's stats on the screen, 330, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. You know, Blatnick's hitting 348 in his last 7 games. He has a couple doubles, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. But the most impressive stat is he's walked 9 times. Smith and Blatnick both know how to get on base, and they already started to hear.
This one up high for a ball, Laux. And for Blatnick, we talked about the out he made in the extra frame when it looked like it was going to be a game-winning RBI hit. He hit the ball in a walk. So again, Morgan on base a lot last night again. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch, popped up, foul ball. This one will be on top of the grandstand with a thud. And the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's the one thing with Blatnick. You could say, besides being a switch hitter, he's very much a coach's type of player. He can play third, he can play first, he can play second, he's played the outfield, and he hits lefty, so he's going to hit righty as well, which is the majority of the league's pitchers, excuse me. So Morgan Blatnick, I'm sure Aaron Miles, one of at least his favorite players from the versatility standpoint, he's proven that with the bat, and he's proven it with his glove already today.
Blatnick with that open stance waits. Here's the pitch, off speed, down low, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike. The Diamonds put on the hit and run. Took it off of that last pitch. See what they do here. Count in Blatnick's favor, not running. Pitch low for a ball, and it's 3-1.
We've seen this countless times from Morgan. I already mentioned the 9 walks in his last 7 games. I'm fairly certain he leads this team in walks. You know, he wasn't playing early on in the year. He started at third, and they kind of, you know, didn't really play a lot. Then he came back, and he's been hitting around 400 and 50 his past, you know, 20 games, it seems like.
And there's ball 4. Just as we're talking about it, both guys reach.
It's good news here for the Diamonds. They get their hottest hitter, arguably, in the last 7 games. Bracamonte is playing first base tonight. He's hitting .423 in his last 7 games. 1 double, but the 3 home runs leads this team, and 9 RBIs leads this team as well in their last week of play.
Here's Gabriel Bracamonte now. 2 on, nobody out. Pat O'Donnell waits on deck. Diamond's trying to jump out on front. Here against Neil Lang. And the pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, and the count 0-1. O'Donnell, the DH tonight. The Diamonds are having some of their problems with injuries, as every team does. You just got to shake things up and keep going. Here's the pitch, and that ball is hit well. That's into right center field for a base hit. Here comes Smith around third, being waved home. The Diamonds have taken a 1-0 lead, and they've got him cornered with nobody out. So Gabriel Bracamonte, the RBI base hit.
And to get about that Bracamonte, he knows Lang. They faced him twice this year already. You know, Bracamonte knows he has to hit something the other way to get it running. The ball to left field's not going to score Smith at all, but a base hit into the gap on the right side of the field will score the runner from second base, and that will allow Blatnick to move up. Bracamonte did his job. He got Smith home and Blatnick to third. It's exactly what he's asked to do, hitting third today.
So a great start for the Diamonds. The first 3 have reached, and they're already on the board. Here's Pat O'Donnell. And he takes the ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
You can see the replay here. Bracamonte's hit to right field, right in the gap, right exactly where you want it. If you're Bracamonte, gets Smith in and Blatnick over. Allows O'Donnell to come up with nobody out and runners at the corners.
Next pitch to Pat, an excuse me swing. They count 1-1. Good change of speeds that time by Lang. Left off the outside part of the plate and just turned into one of those real slow ones, and O'Donnell could not hold up. Diamonds on the board early here, 1-0. And we are just getting started. Here's the pitch, and this one floats in there a bit high, and the count goes 2-1.
The one thing the Diamonds have an advantage of today is that not only are Smith and Blatnick and Bracamonte hot, their first 3 hitters, they faced Lang twice this year on June 14th and June 20th. One has led to a loss, one has led to a win, so it's been 50-50 so far.
2-1 pitch missing, 3-1.
But Lang's, you know, he's been very successful against the Diamonds this year. He's gone 5 2/3, and he went 6 innings, and he's only allowed 2 earned runs against the Diamonds. In those 11 2/3 innings worked, he's only allowed 11 hits as well. He has walked 8, which could be a problem for him, but he has struck out 9.
3-1 is in there, a strike, and the count 3-2. You have to figure Gabriel Bracamonte would be off with this pitch and try to stay out of that double play, but we'll see. Payoff pitch due to Pat O'Donnell. The Diamonds have him cornered, still nobody out. Bracamonte, not a big lead. There he goes. Here's the pitch, hammered left side. That is going to be up and off the wall on a hop. Blatnick's going to score. Bracamonte's going to stop at third. An RBI double, and the Diamonds now lead it 2-0.
You know, you think coming into this game, you know, there were some changes made by the Diamonds. Pat O'Donnell hitting 4th tonight. Rafael Valera not playing, who's been their hottest hitter in the past week of season. And so sometimes you maybe question some moves, but so far the Diamonds are leading 2-0. The moves are paying off tonight. And Stephen Javier, who's starting at catcher tonight, didn't start last night. Get a chance here with the runner at 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. Look at the replay here. O'Donnell just ropes one on the inside. He looked like a changeup. He just pulled it to left field. Luckily, it stayed fair form and bounced against the wall. I'm sure the bounce did help Bracamonte as Randall throws it in. But the Diamonds lead 2-0, Tony, and I think we can all agree that a 1-2-3 inning from Freeze, 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first, with a runner at second and third and nobody out, is probably the best chance the Diamonds are going to have in this ball game to score.
2 in already, 2 on, still nobody out, and Javier going to get a chance here to pick up a couple RBIs with a base hit. Wes Wallace, we told you about his 3-run home run yesterday, waits on deck. Ron Adams has seen enough of the conversation, and that's Nick DeBar, the pitcher and pitching coach of the Pacifics, out there to talk to Neil. And Neil doing real well. Just a rough inning here, but having a very fine season. So I'm sure DeBar just trying to get him to reboot here and settle down, get him refocused. Javier waits the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
And the one thing you could say that maybe works on Link's side here is that even if he walks Javier, Wes Wallace has struggled with recently. He leads his team with, I think, 59 strikeouts, so Wes Wallace could be a double play or strikeout victim.
Pitch is fouled. Right side, giving chase over there and not able to get there is former Diamond and now current second baseman for the Pacifics, Aaron Brill.
But you go back to Wes Wallace. He struggled recently. Did have a 3-run home run last night. Obviously, was one of the big hits of the ball games. But you may be questioning. Wes has struck out a lot. His average is around 230 now in the season. He's not hitting the way we've known Wes Wallace to hit. And maybe that pop up, if it was caught, maybe scores Bracamonte, maybe gets O'Donnell over. So maybe a break there for the Pacifics so they can get out of this.
Swing and a miss. Snap throw back to second. Not in time. Ricky Gingras out of his crouch very quickly. And Javier may have been injured on that play. Walking around there. Now he picks up the bat, but I'm not exactly sure what happened to Steven, but he appears to be all right.
It's one thing the Diamonds can't have. Carranza is hurt. Moskovitz is hurt. You've had a lot of injuries so far. Steyerwald can't have Javier go down. That means Bracamonte has to come over and play catcher again. You have to shift things over again. So injuries not what you want early in this ball game.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That's the strikeout for the first out of the inning as Javier goes down swinging. Here is Wes Wallace.
For the Diamonds, center fielder Wes Wallace.
Wes hit that 3-run home run that came in the 3rd inning last night. Other than that, Wes did have a couple more strikeouts, and that's been the big problem for him this year, and that was kind of one of those things last year. Here's the pitch, swung on. That ball's hit pretty well. It should be deep enough to get the run home. Runner tags, catch is made, throw is way, way offline, and the Diamonds lead it 3-0 as Wes Wallace picks up another RBI, driving in Bracamonte.
Pittsburgh 3,
That's a good about that by Wes Wallace. His laying has been throwing first pitch strikes all day. He's been around the zone all day, hasn't balanced many pitches. Wes knowing that he can jump on one early. I know he was a little out in front of that one, but an off throw by Randall gets the run in and increases this Diamonds lead to 3. So I think it's been a fairly good start. I think you could agree, Tony, fairly good start for the Diamonds so far in this ball game.
Here's Jerome Hill that reached a couple of times yesterday. Local guy. And now Pacific's dogging the runner out there at second base. That's O'Donnell. He drove in a run with a double. Diamonds have tallied 3 here. So a good start to the game for Freeze and the Pittsburgh offense. Here's the pitch, and that one misses for a ball, so at least we're not seeing any hangover after the situation last night when sometimes you lose a dramatic game like that and you come back the next day and you're still thinking about the previous night. 1-0 pitch, swing, ground ball to short. And Moreno's got it over to first in time. The inning is over, but the Diamonds score 3. They pick up 3 hits. They leave 1 after 1 full. Pittsburgh 3, San Rafael nothing.
Baseball's Hall of Fame is dedicated to the greatest stars of all time. If Pittsburgh had a Hall of Fame, one of the first inductees would be the New Mecca Cafe in Old Town. The difference is this iconic restaurant hasn't lost a step and would still make the All-Star team.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
Skills and experience with all types of hair. He's great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts.
Sounds good.
Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop.
Top of the second we go. 3-0 in favor of the Diamonds. Great start to the game. And the Diamonds getting a big hit from Pat O'Donnell and Wes Wallace, a sacrifice fly. And of course, Gabe Bracamonte, an RBI base hit of his own. 3-0 Pittsburgh as we go to the top of the second inning. Gillespie, Taylor, and Zach Files. And here's a couple of more guys. You look in the middle of that order, and it's really got to scare any pitcher right now with Randall, Gillespie, and Taylor all having fantastic seasons.
You look at Randall, he leads the Pacific Association in hitting. You know, he's been one of the mainstays in this Pacific lineups, but you know, this team, the Pacific as a total, as a whole team, they're hitting .311 on the year. I don't think you could argue with the team that hits .300. They're probably one of the best hitting teams out of the 6 in the Pacific Association. They've hit 34 home runs. They have 6 triples, 57 doubles. That's almost as many strikeouts as Wes Wallace has on the year, just to put that in perspective for you, and 202 RBIs. So they're patient. They know how to get runs in. They know how to get runners on. This Pacific's team will not go away, and it's going to be a hard-fought victory tonight for the Diamonds if Dakota Freeze can't keep it together.
Vallejo, that 10-9 winner yesterday. Alex Fishberg got the win for Vallejo, an inning pitched, 3 earned. Chris Mazza took the loss, 1 inning, no runs, 1 inning, no earned runs. And here's Brent Gillespie, and the pitch to him up high for a ball. I was a little bit miffed to see that Mazza was in the game last night. I had heard that he'd been promoted, and he's been leading the league in ERA. I think he was like, what, .64 or something of that effect. Just ridiculously good numbers. Here's the pitch to Gillespie. It's inside and low 2-0, but apparently he's going to be moving here pretty soon.
Yeah, we talked to DeAndre Clark from with the Pacifics today, and I asked him a question. I go, hey, Mazza has a .60 ERA. We heard he's getting called up. What's the news on that? And he said, it's nothing official yet, but Chris Mazza should be being called up at least by Tuesday. So not sure if we'll see him tonight, but Chris Mazza will likely not be at San Rafael Pacific for long.
Fastball for a strike there. And Gillespie still ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good night for Brett. Last night he had 3 hits. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here it is. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes high for a ball, and the count goes 3-1.
Interesting for a guy who hits .322 on the year to square bunt with the 2-1 count. You think it's a hitter's count. He may know something about Freeze we don't know, but of course Freeze misses high there, but bunting with or squaring a bunt with the 2-1 count really isn't likely for a .322 hitter.
That pitch in there for a strike is 3-2, but you do see the exaggerated shift, and every once in a while these middle of the order type guys will bunt against that, and I kind of wonder why they don't do it more. He was so far off the line at third. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and down he goes. And Gillespie looks back at home plate umpire Ron Adams just to make sure was that or was it not in the strike zone, and that'll bring up Jake Taylor.
It's a good at bat there for Freeze. Freeze knows that Gillespie's dangerous. He faced Randall in the first inning, but he knows Gillespie hitting 322. He has a couple of bombs this year. He has a high OBP. He knows he has to attack him. He knows he can't, play around with him. He has to go after these hitters from the Pacifics, and he's doing that so far. He's got 4 straight outs. No one's gone on base, and runners on, and Freeze looks good so far.
Check swing and fouled off by Jake Taylor. And I was looking at some of Jake's numbers since he's been in the league, about 3 years with the Pacifics, and the numbers just outstanding. Wonderful power hitter, having another good year for these Pacifics, and that one misses up high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You mentioned the power. Taylor leads the Pacifics team in home runs with 7. He's 6th in the league and with the Pacific Association in home runs, so one of the top power hitters in the league.
Breaking ball in there, count 1-2. Nice pitch that time by Dakota, as that ball was spinning away from the right-handed batter and just did catch that outside corner. So Freeze in the head of the count, 1-2. Back to work, and the next pitch, fastball just high. The count goes 2-2. So Dakota, 2 straight strikeouts, 1 to Randall to end the first, 1 to Gillespie to start the second. 2-strike pitch here, swinging a foul back, and we'll do this one again. Anthony Schultz along with you here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Sterling Bennett by my side, and of course Scott McDonald on the PA right now. No Paula this evening. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one gets past the catcher, Javier, and the count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You saw Dakota Freeze there tap his chest saying, "My bad." I don't think Steven Javier thought that was any of his bad, but at least Dakota Freeze taking control of it, saying, that I messed up there. But Dakota Freeze looked sharp early in this game, and I think a wild pitch here and there with nobody on won't hurt anybody. And with the 3-2 count to Taylor, I think he has to attack here though.
Payoff pitch, swing, and that ball's hit hard. Right field, going back and reaching up is Hill to make the catch right in front of the warning track. So Jake Taylor gives it a ride to the opposite field, but the ballpark holds it, and that is 5 straight putouts, 5 straight outs recorded here by Dakota Freeze, the former San Rafael Pacific.
You saw that fly out by Taylor. Right field's kind of scary as it is right now. Last night we had that opposite field 2-home run from the Martinez Clippers. Last night sent the game into extra innings, and I don't think anyone wants any balls hit to right field in the next couple of games. It's still a little sore for the Diamonds, and they lost last night, and it was one of those games you just kind of hang your head and you don't see very well.
Here's Zach Files, the pitch, and that's inside for a ball. Well, Rob DeAngelis of the Stompers and Devin Carter of the Clippers right now. Public enemies 1 and 1A for the Diamonds. I mean, to lose is one thing, but when you lose in that dramatic fashion, it's just a bit crushing. The next one outside for a ball, 2-0. Diamonds trying to get right back off the deck right now. And in these next 2 games, a chance to get to within 7 and to even their record and get back to 500. Here's a breaking ball that doesn't, and the count goes 3-0. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be ball 4. And Zach Files has got a 2-out walk. First man to reach for San Rafael, and that'll bring up Mike Staudinger. So last night, Brett Schneider got the save in that ball game when Vallejo ended the 13-game winning streak. Frank Valentino, the matinee idol, got the start for Vallejo. He pitched well, 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts. And the Diamonds' old friend, David Kiriakos, had a good night. So did Vlad Gomez. First pitch here is a ball. They each had 3 hits. Double and a home run for Kiriakos. His average has gone up 30 points since the last week of June. He's not having a very good year, and he's all of a sudden turned it around for Vallejo. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-0. Staudinger up there now. Ricky Gingras, the 8th place hitter, but certainly a guy who knows how to swing the bat.
Starting in 311 this season, he was a ex-draftee by the Chicago White Sox. Played his college ball at Azusa Pacific University, so it's a
2-0 pitch in there, a strike, 2-1.
He was a double-digit home run hitter in college. He was drafted by the White Sox. Fortunately, things didn't work out, but he's here in the Pacific Association. He's hitting 311, so things are working out for him. But from one Cougar to another Cougar, I would like to say it's nice to call a Michael Staudinger game again. But unfortunately, I wish he was in the Diamonds. But it's always good to see a Cougar still playing baseball.
Balls, 1 strike. Miles getting a pretty big lead. Let's see if he's going anywhere. Count in the Pacific's favor, not running. This ball's hit pretty well. Wallace coming over in, sliding into left center field, down to a knee to make the catch. And the inning is over. So the Pacifics get a walk, nothing else at the end of 1.5. Diamonds 3, San Rafael nothing.
Baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end.
Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburg on Railroad Avenue, across from the marina. Eating at the Diamond's favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
Sorry guys, are we back? All right, bottom of the second we go. Yuki Yasuda, Jose Garcia, and then back to the top of the order for Brett Smith. It's 8-9-1 for the Diamonds. They already lead it. Faced 1 over the minimum so far, and that was the walk to Zach Files. And that's it. 2 for 3. Now, second inning of work here for Neil Lang. And here's Yuki. Sack fly and an RBI. He also walked yesterday. And Yuki takes low for a ball there, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch, and that's it. Ball in there, a strike in the count, 1-2. Well, we told you about Vlad Gomez having a good night for the Admirals in their win against the Pacifics. 1-2 pitch coming up. Swinging, that's hard hit. Through the 5-hole into left field, a leadoff base hit for Yuki Yasuda. And the early return saying Neil Lang, no mystery here so far this evening.
Jose Garcia.
This Diamonds team, they faced Lang twice. They really haven't got to him. He's only allowed 2 earned runs in those 2 starts. So, he's been kind of, definitely one of the more successful pitchers for the Pacifics against this Diamonds team. But today seems like a different story. The Diamonds have hit all over. Lang had, 3 hits in the first inning, led to 3 runs. Now, once again, leadoff hitters up, that being Yasuda being on base, and so the Diamonds seem to be in order here and seem to not be missing anything Lang has for him.
Here's the pitch to Garcia, fastball in there for a strike. So Vlad Gomez also contributing mightily to that win last night. Nick Aiken Sr. of the Admirals, he homered last night. And it's 16 home runs for the former Dodger draft pick. Throw over to first, not in time. He also doubled, scored 3, and drove in a pair. So the defending champs certainly holding their own. 19 up and 13 down for the Admirals, trying to answer their championship run of 2017.
going back to Nick Akins, I think it'd be pretty sad if the Admirals hitting coach wasn't hitting 16 home runs and wasn't hitting around 300. So
slow roller to short, over to second for one, not in time at first. But Moreno charging that ball as he had to, just able to get the lead runner Yuki Yasuda at second.
Left fielder
So Yuki is cut down, and Garcia reaches on the fielder's choice. So he's now at first base with one out, and here's Brett Smith.
see the replay here. It's a ground ball to Moreno with short. He flips to second baseman Brill. You know, Yasuda makes a good slide, but luckily Garcia just gets in there safely at first and, you know, gets Brett Smith up with one out in the bottom of the second inning.
Base hit and a run scored for Smith, and that 3 runs first. Here's the pitch, low for a ball. We count 1 ball and no strikes.
Do you see Brett Smith's stats on the screen? 323, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. You know, the power may not be there, but the OBP is. The slugging percentage is. He's been one of the best left hitters in the PA this season.
There goes the runner, which is high for a ball, and this one is going to be a caught stealing. Garcia out, and Gillespie guns him down, and that throw is just about perfect, right on the bag. Tag made, 2 outs here in the inning.
You know, it's a good throw there by the catcher, Gingrish. I mean, Garcia hasn't been caught all season stealing. He was 3 for 0. We see the replay here. Just Garcia goes. A good throw there from Gingrish as the second baseman Brill just stands in front of the base, blocks the base path. That's what you're taught to do if you're a second baseman. Don't let that runner get to you. He does a good job there.
And Smith swings and fouls this back, and the count 1-2. The Diamond's not willing to play station to station. So Smith stands in. Blatnick waits on deck.
Could be a little dangerous. Not playing station to station.
Down. Smith asks for time, and Rod Adams obliges. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Diamonds. Pick for a strike, and he is out number 3. So the Diamonds don't score here in the bottom of the second, and after 2 fulls, San Rafael and the Diamonds 3-0 Pittsburgh.
Local community for more than 100 years.
One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
You back, guys? Back?
All right, to the top of the third we go. Ricky Gingras, Aaron Brill, and then back to the top of the order for Don Andre Clark. 8, 9, and 1 due up for San Rafael as they face Dakota Freeze for another inning. Couple of zeros put up there by Dakota. He's of the Diamonds. Beautiful afternoon and evening here in Pittsburgh. It's been very hot, but very comfortable right now here in the grandstand.
Catcher Ricky Gingras.
So here's Ricky.
See if Dakota Freeze can keep things going here. He's, you know, not a lot of hit yet so far. He seemed to be shutting this Pacific's lineup down. He's looked good. You know, he usually.
And last year, when he was still with San Rafael, Dakota, came over to Pittsburgh, didn't have quite the success that they had hoped. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit hard right side, but foul. And the count goes 0-2 to the San Rafael backstop.
You can see Stephen Javier behind the plate still. Not sure if he hurt anything on his He's a bat in the first inning, but seems to be okay. Seems to not show any.
And then for Nick Aiken Sr. of Vallejo, we were actually seeing the shift for the right hand. 1-2 pitch, swung on, little chopper, basement. So that's going to go 5-3, even though he's standing on the first base side.
Over the years in Major League Baseball, and they've made their way to the Pacific Series, but we've seen the shifts take over. Far for the Diamonds, we'll probably see it the rest of the night if everything goes as planned, but defenses, they keep doing it.
Analytics of strikes. And statistics don't lie, and then when you appears, if it works, you just can't argue with it. And here's the pitch. The batters, Sterling, if you look at Aaron Brill's number, way off the line toward second base. Nobody at the way is Brill. It's 1-2. And their chances are you're going to get a double.
Yeah, we make a bunt here and there when he was in Boston. So, I mean, these left-handed hitters can work against it. They just choose. It's just one of those things where some of these guys can't bunt, or they're not direction. It's not in their nature, not in their makeup as a player. But sometimes they'll take it.
Hardly have to be perfect. Outside, cannot get it, and he strikes out here for out number 2.
See this swing by Brill right here is off balance, reaching outside. Testament to how good Dakota Freeze has been so far. He's only faced one over the minimum, that being Ben Clark, who bunted the Blatnick at third base. Blatnick made a good play on it in the first inning. Kicked off things on a good.
To Don Andre, who tried to bunt his, and Blatnick over there at third base. First base, 1-0 pitch, fastball in there, a strike. Liner that Yuki Yasuda back to the warning track. So a couple of balls have been hit hard. This one inside inning. 2-1. The ERA high. Strike. Gotta find a way to shave a couple of routine for Blatnick at third inning here in the ball game. The Pacifics trail the Diamonds 3-0.
Business publications and
The community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who has a relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofit and say that they're going to do something. And they actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name. They're a partner in mission. And I'm a mechanic.
Hometown Sports Bar and Grill. There's something happening every day at Tailgaters. There's exclusive menu items and cocktails without actually being on the field.
Yeah, let's go. Morgan Blatnick to lead it off, followed by Bracamonte. 3-0, and good news so many innings. The very gone through the lineup once, down into the second time through of Pittsburgh as we move 1-0.
It's been a good game for the Diamonds on both sides of the ball. Dakota Freeze, 3 shutout innings in the offense, 3 runs on the. Patrick O'Donnell got a couple runs in. It's been a good game so far for this Pittsburgh team.
And the next pitch in there for a strike. Count goes 1-1. Brasoban took the loss. Next pitch is in there. 2 balls and a strike. 1 earned. The former Diamond Angel Lara started for Napa. 6 innings. His OBP 418 on the year. And this late in the season, Sterling, we're still seeing a lot of guys with just super offensive numbers. 3-2 pitch to Blatnick, swung on. That is going to be the center fielder, Don Andre Clark, to make the catch.
First baseman, Gabriel Bracamonte.
So Blatnick flies to center to start the inning, and here's Gabriel Bracamonte. And Don Andres, who's made that catch out the last time the Pacifics were here in Winter Chevrolet Stadium, as you'll see. Here's the pitch to Bracamonte in the air, right field. Staudinger coming in, calls everybody off.
Interesting about that from Bracamonte, who had that RBI single in the first innings after Blatnick has a 4-pitch at bat. But sometimes I see replay here. It's his first pitch, a little loop to the right side of the field, and gets to the midway outfield. But sometimes you just kind of have a different approach up there. Obviously, I'm going to trust Bracamonte more than myself. He's in the game for a reason. But an interesting approach there from a lot of the Diamonds hitters so far in this game.
Here's the pitch to Pat O'Donnell, RBI double in that 3-run first. Count, no balls and a strike. Lang kicks and fires the 0-1. That is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike in last night's game for Sonoma. Kenny Meimersdorf went 3. And in the win, I should say, rather. And this one is a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Daniel Comstock picked up 2 more hits. And the Pengrove native now hitting .392.
I think the Diamonds are fairly used to Meimersdorf and Comstock's the wrath they have with their bats.
Boy, that one hammered by O'Donnell right past Lang, just above his head into center field, a base hit. So that one a laced single for O'Donnell. He is 2 for 2, double and a base hit. Here's Stephen Javier.
Yeah, it's a good sign there from Patrick O'Donnell. You know, Patrick O'Donnell in his last 7 games, he's only hitting 167, not something you want out of your 4-hitter or your usual starting left fielder, but you know, Aaron Miles trusted him enough to put him back out there and have him hit 4th in the middle of the order tonight, and it's worked out so far. He has a couple of hits, and things seem to be looking up for him.
And the pitch to Javier outside for a ball. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Javier struck out his first time. And if he can keep things going here, Wes Wallace waits on deck. Just a little bit of a step off there from Lang before going over to first base. And here the last couple of weeks.
We have seen a lot more hit and runs, seen a lot more steals. We saw a steal today, attempt for Jose Garcia. Things didn't work out in his favor. He was caught stealing for the first time this season, but
it just really comes down to
that is the drop. You try to steal 2 or 3, things don't go 5%, 30%. You have to start stealing all the time.
Over to first, not in time base, and that will end the end. Diamonds don't score here. 3-0 Pittsburgh.
Macho Man and in the Navy, the Village People's Round for YMCA.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
Are we going to be on camera? But
Welcome back to Winter Innings. He'll join us as the Diamonds have a 3-0 lead. Scott?
It's been quite a performance by Dakota Freeze. He's only given up a walk. He's done a tremendous job. You know, there's always, in baseball especially, it seems like there's always a pitcher who has one team that he can really, you know, perform against. And Dakota, of course, played for San Rafael. He's got extra reason to perform well because he wants to show them they made a mistake by letting.
He faced them on June 14th. He faced them on that game, but then he faced them on June 20th, and the 8 hits and 1 more. Team the San Rafael Pacifics. He's looked good so far for the Diamonds. No runs on no hits for the first place team in the Pacific Association, the San Rafael Pacifics. And we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. Number 16, the shortstop Rondo Moreno. Moreno made a good get the runner out at second base, but as the 48th pitch from Dakota Freeze in this game is
fall into the trap of kind of enjoying a 3-0 lead. A 3-0 lead really is nothing against a team that hits like this, and they need to be focused on getting a bigger. It's hard to do when you're in the field, but they'll get their ups.
You can't add any runs when you're playing defense, but you definitely can't stop them in this. The defense has looked good so far from the Diamonds as Dakota releases the 2-0 pitch. It is inside for ball number 3, so not the best start from Dakota in this top of the 4th inning. But you saw a good play from Morgan Blatnick, saw a good play from Yuki Yasuda at second base, saw a sliding catch from Wes Wall first inning. It's been a much better showing than last night.
Plays looked like a good jump on the ball, got to the location and made the catch, and that is playing excellent defense, even though it looks kind of simple.
Yeah, it's more of just, if you can get a good jump, make it look easy, it's probably the better play to make, actually.
He was, no, you're going to be here for a while.
It's the second time that's happened to Moreno tonight, as the first base is going to bring up the left fielder, the Pacific Association's lead, to end the first and start the second inning.
Want Dakota to focus on a long...
It's one of the things they teach you in high school. If usually if you're a closer, you reach back and throw as hard as you can because you only got one inning. But if you're Freeze, and the bullpen did pitch a little bit more than they probably hoped to last night. As Freeze has to go at least 6 innings or 7 innings tonight to kind of recuperate that bullpen. So has gone 6 innings and 7 innings against this San Rafael team. I think he's shown he can do it, and they are up 3-0. So I'm sure Ann Miles is comfortable with 54 pitches so far on the top of the 4th inning. 2-0 pitch is outside as well. So Freeze showing some inconsistencies in this top of the 4th inning. He did walk Moreno, and he has 3-0 count to Randall.
Yeah, he's being behind 3-0 to both of them, and that just, it's kind of doom, especially when you're facing the leading hitter in the league.
See what Randall does here, the 3-0 pitch. Freeze gets it in for strike number 1.
Randall taking all the way, but he won't be taking this one.
We did see Gillespie, the next hitter who's on deck. He did square it about the 2-1 count. Rather interesting. I don't think Randall's going to do that here in a hitter's count, but Randall is at first. Randall at the plate. Diamonds do lead 3-0. 3-1 pitch. Speed pitch in for strike number 2, so a good pitch there from Freeze. Gets this count back into his favor. 1 pitch away from a strikeout, 1 pitch away from a ground ball double play. But unfortunately, also is 1 play from having a runner at second and first and nobody out.
That's why we're going to watch this pitch. We're going to see what happens.
And over Bracamonte's head into the outfield. Moreno's going to go to third base.
Baseman, and it just was a matter of Bracamonte being up there holding on the runner, and he couldn't get high enough to get that ball. But it wasn't exactly a line drive single, but it has that impact. And so now Freeze is in his first big trouble of the ball game.
This is some big trouble. It brings up Gillespie, who's DHing tonight. Gillespie is hitting .322 on the year. Yes, he did strike out earlier in this game, but ground ball double play, still gets a run in. A fly ball gets a run in still. But Gillespie, he has 7 home runs. He has 6 home runs, second on this Pacific's team, so he is a threat with the bat, especially hitting 4th tonight. First pitch from Freeze is fouled back for strike number 1.
Well, he won't go 3-0 on Gillespie, and that is a good thing.
So Moreno at third, Randall at first. Count is 0-1.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Mixler.com, and you can join us, if you're unaware, on Delta TV, streamed live on the Pittsburg Diamonds YouTube channel.
1 pitch inside for ball number 1. Like Scott said, thank you for joining us on Mixler and Delta TV. You can find us on YouTube for every, or almost every, Diamonds home game.
There's TV somewhere. And on Friday and Saturdays, it's Delta TV, and it's BayAreaSports.tv the rest of the week, including tomorrow.
Gillespie hits a high fly ball to center field. West Wallace might not get there, but left fielder Brett Smith will. Moreno, he's going to score from third.
That's an interesting play in left center, because if you had your druthers, you would have Wes Wallace make the catch because of the motion. He's coming towards this way, the right-hander, and he would be able to throw the ball better than Brett Smith, the right-hander, going towards center field. He has to stop, reposition, and throw the ball. As it was, Smith got a good throw in, but the ball was too deep to stop anybody from scoring anyway. But it's still, it's a good thing to keep in mind in the future. Who should catch that ball? If you have a choice, it's going to be Wes Wallace.
Maybe some outfield communication could come handy later in this game. But good thing is, got one out, and the first pitch to Taylor is in for strike number 1, and the runner at first, Randall, did not advance on the throw from Smith. So 1 out, runner at first. Diamonds do lead 3-1.
And that's a good out to get, because you get the sense, of course, anything can happen now, but the sense that the big inning is not quite as much of a threat.
Taylor does lead this team in home runs, so 1 pitch could tie this game up, but 1 ground ball could get him out of the inning. A broken bat flare to center field. Is anyone going to get there? Wes Wallace is going to get there for out number 2. So Dakota Freeze, after back-to-back base hits, has gotten back-to-back outs.
I think you had the same sense I did, though. When that ball left the bat, I didn't think it was going to travel that far. I didn't think Wallace would have it, really a chance to get to it, but it stayed up long enough for Wes to trot on in and make the catch. Wallace is so deceptive. I've said this so many times. So deceptively fast. Again, because he's like an antelope. He's got these long legs that run in, and he just covers a lot of ground with a few steps, and he made that catch.
First pitch to the third baseman, Zach Files, who walked in his first at bat, is outside for ball 1.
So now it really is a big batter for Freeze to end this right here, get out of here with this 2-run lead.
1-0 pitch from Freeze is high and outside for ball number 2. So Freeze, he did 3-0 to Moreno and Randall to begin the inning. Then Randall did get a base hit in that at bat, and then Gillespie flied to left center field and got the sac fly. Then Taylor flies out for out number 2, and now this is where we're at now. Scores 3-1. Randall is still at first base. Files is at the plate with a 2-0 count. 2-0 pitch from Freeze is high and inside. Maybe some chin music there from Freeze. Going to make it another 3-0 count in this inning.
And it hasn't worked out well for Dakota on the previous 3-0s, and it usually doesn't work out well for a pitcher to go behind 3-0.
Files, who did walk in his first at bat, maybe looking for walk number 2. 3-0 pitch. Files swings, hits a fly ball to center field. Wes Wallace is under. He's going to make the catch for out number 3. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Diamonds still leading 3-1.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburg. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Diamonds lead 3-1. And Scott, we've seen the Freeze tonight. He was great through the first 3 innings. The last inning was a different story. He did give up a couple hits, a couple walks. Did lead to 1 San Rafael Pacific run. So the Diamonds aren't in any trouble here, but with the 3-1 lead, nothing is really safe with this amazing offense the Pacifics have. As a team, they hit around .311, which is leading the Pacific Association. So you can't really rest if you're the Diamonds in this game, and it's pitched well above what he usually does against the Pacifics in this season.
I don't think you should expect 3 runs to be enough anyway. You know this that a team hits .311 as a team is unbelievable.
Yes.
And they're an offensive threat no matter. The Diamonds to win cannot expect to win the game 3-1. They're going to have more runs. I don't think that they're sitting on their laurels, resting on their laurels, but they need to come through with some more runs.
First pitch to a center fielder, Wes Wallace, is down low for ball number 1.
Big 3-run homer yesterday last night for Wes Wallace, and the most fun part about it was it hit the foul pole.
1-0 pitch to Wes, just fouled off, little dribbler to the on-deck hitter Jerome Hale. But you're right, Scott, a 3-run home run last night for Wes seemed to be looking up. I know he had struggled recently. He's hitting around 227, so not the highest one Wes Wallace we've seen. His 1-1 pitch is high for ball number 2, but he does lead this team in home runs. He's very close to the top of this team in RBIs, but the average is still not where he wants it to be, around 227.
That had started to turn around. He was starting to hit for average there too.
2-1 pitch is swung out of for the power Wes provides. He does have 59 home runs on the season.
Strikeouts.
Yes, excuse me, yes. Yes, strikeouts. 9 strikeouts on the year, not something you want out of a guy who hits 4, 5, or 6 for you.
There is a new theory that it doesn't matter how often you strike out. Now it does. I mean, if you were getting a better average, etc., it wouldn't matter.
It's not going to do any damage here. Not going to.
It's not. And maybe not even. We're not even to the worst part of that yet, because the Saturday night game starts an hour earlier than Tuesday through Friday. So we started at 5 o'clock, and it will just get worse. It'll get worse on the left side of the infield, and the sun will be in the eyes of these guys. And that was a tough play up there, up against the fence, the sun, everything else. Then he made a good catch.
First pitch from Lang to Hill is high for ball number 1. Did you see Hill's stats? Strike number 1, but Hill has gotten a chance to start recently. Started last night in right field. As the Diamonds switched their lineup up a little bit, changed some things, see what works, see what doesn't. Hill has gotten more starts as the season has gone on. And he gets a line drop to the third baseman. Files caught.
That's as tough luck as you can get.
Right.
Right on that left side of the infield. Another good play by that third baseman, because that sun is not yet as brutal as it will be, but it was tough.
The more brutal the sun gets, the harder the plays get. But Zach Files proving. You see a free play here of the line drive. A nice swing there by Hill. Could have been a base hit anywhere, but Files makes a nice jumping play for out number 2. So Files back-to-back plays at third base. The first pitch to Yasuda, he squares the bunt, pulls it back, and he's called strike 1 from Neil Lang.
Yasuda had a nice line drive single his last time up. So the problem for Aaron Hill, as he said, is trying to get room in the infield for everybody who's hitting so well a chance to play.
As Lang readies the 0-1 pitch. Change up outside for ball number 1. But you're right, Scott. We have people like Morgan Bladnick, Yuki Yasuda, and Jose Garcia, who is more of a defensive type player. But then you have Javier. You have Bracamonte is the 1-1 pitch to Yasuda is high for ball number 2. And you have Valera. You have a lot of guys in the infield who are hitting around 250 and up, and even 300, like Valera and Bladnick are, and you have to find space for them. But, out of the 5 positions to play them, there's just not enough guys to put out there.
Right. Although, and last year, you may be surprised to learn, Jose Garcia went on a home run tear.
Really?
And there was a period, Jose Canseco was coming for his, what used to be his annual appearance, and they're going to have a home run derby, and people are saying, Jose should be in the home run derby.
2-1 pitch in for strike number 2.
And Aaron Miles said, no way. We're not Jose Garcia. He's not changing his swing to start swinging for the fences. So, some people are just a killjoy.
Seen a lot of players like Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge not want to do home run derbies, not want to mess up their swings. The 3-2 pitches. Fly ball to center field. Clark under it, going to round it and make the catch for out number 3. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, the Diamonds still lead 3-1 here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood.
Welcome back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium. We're going to show you a replay here. A fly ball from Yuki Yasuda, rounded off by Clark in the outfield. He makes the catch, but so let's talk about the offense. We've had players like Rafael Valera, who is in the lineup today, and Joel Carranza, who is in the lineup today. They've been the 3-4 hitters for a while now. We don't know. We know Carranza's injured. We don't know what's going on with Valera. We may have some rumors here. We're not going to go ahead and start those on the air, but there have been a lot of changes in this Diamonds lineup. Bracamonte's come along, Morgan Bladnick's come along, Brett Smith's come along. He's been struggling off of, O'Donnell's been struggling recently, Wallace has struggled recently. I don't know, talk to Aaron about it, but is there a couple guys Aaron is keen on getting in the lineup every single day?
Well, the ones that he had Carranza in the lineup every day until he got injured. Carranza with his first home run, and Martinez the other night, and he has been hitting the ball well otherwise anyway. They have Garcia in the lineup, mostly for defensive purposes. He hasn't been hitting the ball well, and that makes it more difficult even to try to get more people around the lineup. You've got Blatnick and Smith who are doing outstanding jobs, and so you don't want to replace them. And Patrick O'Donnell has been a steady hitter. He's got 2 hits today, and so and you got Bracamonte, who is a great bat, but you got to give him a break from catching. You don't want him catching every day, so that means you don't want his bat out of lineup. So you put him on first base. That means another problem. Hitting someone in the first. It is not an easy problem to deal with, but it is a welcome problem. Or it should be somewhat of a welcome problem, but not when you start losing him to injury, like apparently Valera. And I'm going to get up. I'm going to go find out what the story is about Valera, and I'll be back and I'll tell you what's happening.
All right, Scott. First pitch from Freese to Staudinger is fouled back to the catcher for strike number 1. It's been a beautiful day here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The day started out in the low 90s, and now it's into the low 80s, high 70s as Freese readies the 0-1 pitch. It's high and tight and almost got Staudinger on the shoulder, but luckily for Freese, it did miss him. Freese pitched great today so far. He's gone 4 innings, only allowed 1 earned run on 1 hit. 1-1 pitch from Freese is high for ball number 2 as the breeze kicks in here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The wind is blowing, more so out to center field, but a little towards left field as well. And the 2-1 pitch from Freese is down low for ball number 3. Freese so far on this year has faced the Pacifics twice. The 6'4", 195-pound right-hander readies the 3-1 pitch and is fouled off for strike number 2. But back to Dakota. You know, he is 1-3 on the year. He has a 5.59 ERA. He has pitched 37 innings. As you see the clubhouse here at the Winter Chevrolet Stadium here at City Park in Pittsburgh. The 3-2 pitch from Freese is a fly ball to left field, somewhat shallow. Brett Smith is under it. He's going to make the catch. A little scary there. You have to lean him, play the shadows and play the sun a little bit, but he makes the out. For Dakota this year, a 5.59 ERA, a 37 innings pitch. He has struck out 41. He does have 3 strikeouts today, so make that 44. He has walked 18 batters coming into tonight's ball game. He has walked a few so far in today's game. You see the replay here. High leg kick from Freese, a high pop up from Staudinger to left field. See Garcia pointing for Brett Smith there, some help. As Smith plays with the sun a little bit, makes a catch down towards his knees. Now the catcher Gingrich is in, and he hits a little dribble to the second baseman Blatnick, The shift was on, and he flips the first base for the out, so the shift for the left-hander makes it more of an easier out as the third baseman Blatnick on the right side of the infield, right side of second base, makes the put out, so it's going to go 5-3 in the books.
For San Rafael, second baseman Aaron Brill.
Freese 75 pitches into his outing so far. He's 1 out away from going 5 innings. That'd be a quality start for Freese. And Brill in the box now for the Pacifics. Brill, when his first at bat did strike out, was Freese's first victim of the day. As he looks at ball 1.
I am back with the info.
All right, Scott, what did you get for us?
Rafael Valera has a jammed thumb on his throwing hand. He is day-to-day. He could be back tomorrow, maybe.
The 1-0 pitch is squared to bump, it pulled back, and it is in for ball number 2. We did see Valera have the wrap on his thumb a couple days ago, and we weren't sure what that was all about, but he seemed to be playing through. It seemed to be fine. We weren't really sure what happened last night. He got pulled out of the ball game, and no one really informed us what was happening, but luckily it's something serious. Day-to-day injury is much better than a surgery needed or ligament damage, as Freese throws ball number 3 to Brill.
It was a mystery because Valera disappeared when there was an injury to the shortstop last night for Martinez.
3-0 pitch is ball 4, so Brill's going to reach base on the walk.
And no one, all of a sudden we noticed that Javier had come in to run for Valera. And we didn't know why he had left, and maybe he heard it during the at-bat or something. I'm not sure. But we're here today. Get back tomorrow, and certainly next week sometime.
As DeAndre Van Clark comes into the box, Valera had been hitting 300, hitting 455 in his last 7 games, so one of the hotter hitters for the Diamonds is out as Clark fouls one out of play. So Valera will be missed in this lineup. He was the Diamonds' starting third baseman, as Blatnick usually plays first. Blatnick is playing third base today.
Blatnick can play a lot of places. He plays outfield, he plays third, he plays first, second. He made some great plays at first base, digging balls out of the dirt.
Runner stays at first. Pitch is in for strike number 2. So Clark finds himself down 0-2.
Don Andre Clark in that batter's box. He is a busy man. He is fixing that dirt. Watch if we get another pitch, he's going to scrubbing it up. Go left, right, do all thing, moving the bat. He never really slows down.
0-2 pitch is fouled back.
Dances out of there.
You see Clark.
Here he comes.
It's what they call the
move that around. See.
What they call they call little leaguers who do that. They have happy feet, Yeah.
He's got happy feet, and it's part of their routine. Without it, they'd go crazy, right? They'd I have to keep moving, man.
You see Gomez and Vallejo. He has his routine with the bat, and he clasps his hand a couple times.
But that is a choreographed routine that he does every time.
Runner fake steals, pop up, maybe in play. Javier getting under it. Blatnick calling him off. He's going to make the catch. So good infield communication from the Diamonds. Leads to out number 3. Dakota Freese pitches his 5th complete inning of work. He has a quality start on the ledger. That means we're out to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Diamonds leading 3-1.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Bank, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
Back here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, Sterling Bennett alongside me is Scott McDonald. Diamonds do lead 3-1. If you're listening to us on Mixler, thank you. If you're listening to us on Delta TV and just now joining us, thank you. Welcome to have you.
Let's hope you're watching us on Delta TV.
You are correct, Scott.
That's the benefit of having it, see? We can see it. And, because we're not playing Martinez, so our audience has gone down because when we play Martinez, we get Central Contra Costa County, as I understand it. But now we're just probably available in Eastern Contra Costa County on ATT Uverse, Comcast, and on YouTube's Pittsburg Diamond channel.
Wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, thank you for joining us. Jose Garcia is the leadoff man for the Diamonds in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Diamonds do lead 3-1, as you can see on the scoreboard there. Neil Lang is the pitcher for the Pacifics. His
83 pitches.
Pitch of the day.
You figure he's got to be close to 100 after this inning.
Is a ball in the gap. No one's going to get there. Jose Garcia's going to have a leadoff double to begin this ball game. Excuse me, begin this inning. And the Diamonds are going to have themselves a runner in scoring position with Brett Smith, Morgan Blatnick, and Gabriel Bracamonte due up next.
I said Jose Garcia, power hitter, and you looked at me and you laughed. Ha, ha, ha. Well, guess what? Way to go, Jose.
I think I'll take any time a Diamonds hitter can throw throw it back in my face and prove me wrong. I think that's always a good thing.
He nailed that one. That was well hit, and in between him and Jose, no doubt he would get 2 with his speed.
See the replay here. Jose Garcia, very quick swing, very much all hands, hits the ball on the gap. I thought maybe one of the outfielders had a chance at it, but luckily for the Diamonds, none of them had a chance at it. And Brett Smith's in the box, the runner at second base, pitching in the dirt. Good block there by Gingrich.
This is the kind of situation that when you're playing a team like the Pacifics, you cannot fail to cash in on the fact that you've got the leadoff batter on second base, nobody out. Here's your chance to get an easy run. It should be a fairly easy run. You could run them over, whatever you need to do, but get another run.
Another run is what the Diamonds are aiming for here, is they want to add a 4th run to their line score and increase their lead to 3 runs. A look from Lang, a pitch in. It's going to be ball number 2. So a hitter's count Brett Smith does have.
And you know you got that. You're the manager. You got your 2 most consistent hitters coming up, Smith and Blatnick. Do you have them sacrifice? Apparently not, is the answer we're getting right now. But and that makes some sense.
2-0 pitch from Lang. Fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. But going back to what you're saying, Scott, you know, do you want to play for the run? Do you want to play for possibly more runs here? You know, Smith bunts and Bladnick gets him in. You get 1 run, but if Smith gets a base hit here, he has a hitter's count. You know, it's a tough situation when Smith is hitting around 280. He was hitting 330 earlier in the past week, but the 2-1 pitch is high for ball number 3.
The Diamonds have shown an inability to bunt on top of other problems that they've had. They did not score in 2 extra innings last night, and in the Pacific Association, you start the extra inning with runners at first and second and nobody out, and you don't score. It's very difficult not to score in that situation, and they did in 2 innings.
3-1 pitches in for ball number 4. So Brett Smith's at first base. Jose Garcia is at second. That brings up Morgan Blatnick, one of the Diamonds' hottest hitting players. He's hitting .348 in his last 7 games. Does have a couple doubles, 1 home run, does have 2 RBIs. Maybe gets a 3rd here, but he has 9 walks in his last 7 games. He has been the OBP is probably, I don't even want to imagine what it's at to. It's probably astronomical at this point.
Oh, he leads the league in his .520, and he's and it's just amazing how he gets on base every game in a number of ways.
Runners don't go. Blatnick squares the bunt, fouled off by the catcher, or off the catcher, excuse me. So we're going to reset here as runners move back to second and first, and Blatnick fixes his batting gloves and gets a sign from Aaron Miles, the coach at third base.
There's an odd view in that diamond as Moreno was over kind of pretending to have a play against Garcia at second. And as Lang wound up, Moreno ran back to his position, making it look like he was trying to steal third.
So Moreno playing the cat and mouse game at second base with Garcia. Corners are in, a bunt to the third base side, fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first, the runners do get over, so a good bunt by Morgan Blatnick advances both runners. As you can see Morgan Blatnick's versatility at the plate. He can bunt, he can hit, he can play great defense, he can get walks, he can get runs in, he can do it all.
It truly has proved that he can do it all, and he can play every position, it seems. We haven't seen him pitch yet or catch, but that is the only 2 places I don't think that he has shown he can do the job. And that bunting, you know, I'm not the first person to say this, but it is so important, and people need to be able to bunt, because when your team needs it, it is critical, and he did an outstanding job.
So good job there by Blatnick. The infield is in for the Pacifics. That means Brett Smith should get a big lead at second base as the number 3 hitter, Gabriel Bracamonte, steps in the box.
You're right, and that can make a big difference, because with all those defenders in front of you, there's none of that cat and mouse game, and Smith can just get far down the line.
The first pitch to Bracamonte is a curveball inside for ball number 1. Another thing the infield end does do is that, you know, a shallow bloop over the infield's head can score 2 instead of just 1.
Right.
The outfield seems to be playing straight away, so a bloop would probably score 2 runs with Smith's speed at second base. The 1-0 pitch to Bracamonte is another pitch inside for ball number 2.
So Bracamonte is out in front in this count. He can wait for a pitch that he wants, and if it's not something he's sure he wants to swing at, just let it go.
The first inning. The 2-0 pitch to Bracamonte is swung, hit past the shortstop. It's going to be close. The throw is high. Brett Smith's going to score as well. So a good job there by Gabriel Bracamonte.
Pulled in there because Moreno, the shortstop, did not have the chance to respond they would have if he was about 5 steps behind and maybe could have made the play. And then the ball bounced off of him or his glove into left field. Here's a replay. See how fast he has to respond. He made a good attempt, but the ball goes into short left field, and that means everybody's chasing it down. Now the third baseman picks it up, and he makes a good throw that would have been a good play, a close play at the plate, except it was too high, and Smith slowed in, and the Diamonds add 2 more runs. 5-1 is a nice lead, but they need more.
First pitch is a foul ball from O'Donnell down the third baseline. The Diamonds do need more. The Pacific's team is not going to go away, whether it's 5-1 or 6-1 or 7-1.
Right.
This San Rafael team will fight back. They've done it plenty of times this season.
But that was, when Smith led off with that double, like Garcia led off with that double, being all bloviated and saying, they better score a run. Blah, blah. They've come through with 2 runs, some outstanding baseball in this inning.
When the bunt comes in handy with a Blatnick's bunt, without Blatnick's bunt, things don't happen as O'Donnell looks at ball number 2, changeup down low.
Again, you're right. In that inning, the baseball fundamental play was Morgan Blatnick's sacrifice bunt that allowed them to score the 2 runs.
Want to reset this account as 1-1, not 2-1, but you're right, Scott. A bunt by Blatnick does help, and a ball in the gap by O'Donnell. It's going to get down. Bracamonte's going to go to third. Actually, he's going to run back to second, so back-to-back singles for the Diamonds. They had a runner at second and first once again in this inning. Maybe some more damage can be done by this offense as Stephen Javier, the catcher for tonight's game, comes in the box.
Just 1 out. And we are not getting anybody up and throwing in the Pacific's bullpen.
See the replay here of the hit. He hit it off the end of the bat. You weren't sure if it was going to get down or the left fielder Randall was going to have a chance at it, but he backs off late. And they almost collide there in the outfield, but the Diamonds do get back-to-back singles as the first pitch from Lang is high for ball number 1. Javier.
Well, Dakota Freeze has got to be happy about this. His 3-0 lead he got in that first inning. He made it stand up until the top of the 4th when they scored a run. San Rafael did. But now he got 2 of them back, and it's 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th.
1-0 pitch to Javier is outside and high for ball number 2. So Dakota Freeze should be happy. This Diamonds team should be happy as they do lead 5-1 in this game. They do have 8
in a row. It's one of those situations where you just wonder, are they ever going to lose again? And they did lose last night. So they come in here with a new streak, 1 loss. The Diamonds like to extend that.
So a 3-0 pitch is high for ball number 4, and that brings up an interesting factor here, the X factor, you could say, for this Diamonds lineup. That is Wes Wallace. Wes Wallace, who did hit a home run last night, leads this team in home runs with 7. He's one of the more prolific power hitters in the Pacific Association when he is right. And you get a mound visit here from the pitching coach from the Pacific's going to talk to Neil Lang. And, let's discuss here, Scott. You have a hitter who has power but does strike out a lot. And you have a pitcher on the mound who was struggling with location. What do you think the plan is here for the Pacific's?
The Pacific's know, the league knows how to pitch to Wes Wallace. They know what he swings at. They know what bad pitches he'll swing at. And there have to be a number of them because he has struck out so often. So they may just be out there reminding them of that. Here, this is how you pitch Wallace. It's interesting that there is nobody warming up. There may be someone slowly making their way out there in the bullpen, but there is no effort or no indication that the Pacifics are in any rush to get rid of their starting pitcher, Lang. So they're going to pitch to Wallace. They have to, of course. The bases are loaded. But he's out there telling them, this is where you throw the ball to Wallace, and this is how you get him to swing and miss. And he will do it a lot. Now, Wes, last night, a 3-run homer, and he is always a danger. He is always a danger to home run. And so this is a big moment because 9-1 would be beautiful. I'm sorry I even said it.
The first pitch to Wallace is fouled straight back into the backstop, so Wallace seems to be on the fastball from Lang. But 9-1 does sound nice, and 5-1 sounds nice, but 9-1 always sounds a little better.
But even a single, 6-1, 7-1, as anything positive to come out of this, add at bat. Wallace has walked before with the bases loaded. He has done that. He's a big swinger. He's a free swinger. He sees that ball. He wants to put that bat on it.
Bases loaded. Wallace at the plate. The 0-1 pitch from Lang. The pitch down low. Bracamonte's going to come home. The pitch got away from the catcher. And the play at home. He's out at home plate. So a daring move by the runner. Bracamonte doesn't play in the Diamonds' advantage as Bracamonte's out at home plate. And now there's 2 outs. And a 1-1 count to Wes Wallace. And the score remains 5-1.
I have to, I'm on Bracamonte's side on that. I think that they have to make the perfect play to get him, and they did. Generous had made a spectacular play, getting that ball, kind of throwing it underhanded, as I recall. Let's see. Now, he gets the ball. I didn't even see it on the replay, but he had to throw it in the perfect location, right to the pitcher, and he did that. Okay, so we're out. But I think it was a risk worth taking.
The 1-1 pitch to Wallace is swung at. Wallace a little early.
Here's a replay again. There's the ball. Now, Generous runs over and he gets it. Now, let's look at his throw, which is absolutely sensational. He throws it behind himself, backhanded. I mean, it's just unbelievable the throw he made. It's just a spectacular play. And how many times is that going to happen that it's going to be the perfect throw? A+ on Generous, and I still think it was worth the effort.
1-2 pitch is fly ball to left field. Randall going back, and the ball's still carrying, and it's gone! Wes Wallace with a 3-run home run gives the Diamonds an 8-1 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Classic. That swing, you think, that's not going anywhere. Out of the park, baby.
So Wes Wallace, back-to-back nights, he has 3-run home runs. Bracamonte maybe doesn't try to score from home, could be a grand slam, but either way, the Diamonds now lead 8-1, and Wes Wallace has 2 home runs and back-to-back nights, and they're both 3-run home runs. Wes Wallace seems to be getting hot, folks. See the replay here.
Yeah.
Nice swing by Wallace.
I think almost like one-handed. He almost hit it one-handed.
Wallace was somewhat off balance on that swing, but the ball just carried. Wes Wallace has the power. He's doing his job here. He's hitting 6 tonight for this Diamonds team, and a 3-run home run extending this lead 8-1. First pitch to Hill is waist high for strike number 1.
Not just that. Remember, Wallace with a couple of good plays in center field already. One a sliding catch, and then another one where he just was faster than we thought he could possibly be, and caught up with the ball and made a catch on that one too.
The 0-1 pitch to Hill is a ground ball up the middle. Moreno's going to field it, take its time, flip to first base. It's going to be out number 3. So, couple of hits and one big 3-run home run lead to 5 runs in the inning for the Diamonds. They don't lead 3-1 anymore. The score is now 8-1. Pittsburgh leads over San Rafael.
One more look. Oh, then we're gonna get a look at the ground out to shortstop. That's not the highlight of the inning. But that's the way it ended. We'll be back. The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Back here, Winter Chevrolet gave the Diamonds an 8-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. So
it's just so, because Wes is not, if you had some big, beefy guy, big arms, you'd think, yeah, you could hit that ball out here with one hand. He just doesn't, he's not that. He's tall, he's lean, he's fast, but he clearly has power. He's, been a league leader in home runs, among the league leaders in home runs for 2 years, and he is a threat every time he comes up to the plate. But here he comes once again. Look at this. He's got one hand on the bat when he hits the ball, and off it goes. And leaning forward, off balance, boom.
I think it's a testament to how strong Wes Wallace truly is, where he can swing one-handed and off balance and still hit a home run around 340 feet.
So around the league, let's give you some scores from other games, because I know around the league they're looking at this score and going, holy moly, what's happening in Pittsburgh? In Vallejo, the Napa Silverados are leading the Admirals 7-1. That game is in the top of the fourth. In the bottom of the second inning in Sonoma, it is the Stompers 4 and Martinez nothing.
So if Napa can hold on the Diamonds, if the Diamonds can hold on as well, they'll pick up a game in the division. I think any game they can pick up is a valuable one. They are near 500, not quite there, but they're near it. They're 2 games under. 15-17 is their record. You know, they are 9 games back of first place as Freeze readies for his 6th inning of work. He is at 83 pitches. Moreno is the batter for the Pacifics. He's starting at.
I think, you know, for a lot of pitchers, we should talk to them about this. You're sitting there, your team is batting around, getting runs, but there's a long time to sit on the bench and kind of cool off.
As Freeze throws a ball high for ball number 1. We did see Dakota Freeze throw a couple pitches to Sean Johnson, the bullpen arm for the Diamonds. So he wasn't totally cold. He did take some throws, but still a long inning. 5 runs were scored. There were 5 hits in that inning as Freeze throws strike number 2 to Moreno.
Well, he has come out here and looks like he is warmed up, because he's gotten ahead in the count 1-2, and he's facing their dangerous shortstop before their best hitter.
So the 1-2 pitch to Moreno is chopped foul for strike number 2 again. So we're going to redo the. Javier picks it up, flips to the first base, and Javier on the play. But back to the Diamonds, and they lost 2 games to the Stompers, so 5-5 in their last 10. Did kind of push them back to 9 games back in the division. As you see the replay here, a ball probably shouldn't have been swung at from Moreno as Javier stumbles somewhat and throws the first base.
And Javier shows just the patience of a veteran, knowing he's got the time to get the ball to throw him out rather than panicking.
So a nice play from Javier as the Freeze bounces one in the dirt for ball number 1 to Javian Randall, the left fielder.
Nice to face him with 1 out and the base is empty.
The 1-0 pitch from Freeze to Randall is a little higher on the letters for ball number 2. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. I'm Sterling Bennett. Alongside me is Scott McDonald. Dakota Freeze on the mound for the Diamonds. His 90th pitch of the game is a changeup for ball number 3. So
3-0 seems to be a common count for Dakota in the last couple innings.
We have seen Freeze. He has walked 18 batters before this game started today. The 3-0 pitch is inside. So he's going to walk one here. He's going to let Randall get on base. He has walked a few tonight.
I wonder sometimes, is that by design? I mean, did they just design, we're not going to give Randall a chance to swing the bat, walk him, and I don't know what the situation is. That may have been not their intent, but that's what happened.
So Dakota walks Randall with 1 out in the inning, and that brings up Gillespie. Brent Gillespie, the DH for tonight. Gillespie has struck out once. He did hit a sacrifice fly to get the only RBI of the game for the Pacifics. Randall stays at first. Gillespie grounds one to the first baseman. The ball is fair. Randall's going to stay at second, so an interesting close call there, but home plate umpire on today's game, Ron Adams, is going to say it's a fair ball. Means there's back-to-back, a walk then a single for the Pacifics, and they have Jake Taylor up there, leader in home runs to the plate. You see this play here. I'm not sure if it was fair, but it looked like maybe the ball hit the first base bag, but Bracamonte wasn't sure where the ball went, wasn't sure what the play was.
I think it hit Bracamonte's glove, but I think it hit it in foul ground, and I don't think that was a fair ball, but it was, and he didn't know where the ball was when it was bounced away from him. Fortunately, Yasuda, doing a good job backing up, got over there and got the ball to keep Randall from going to third.
So fly ball to left field. Brett Smith going to be under it, and Jake Taylor, Wes Wallace going to take control in the outfield for the out. So
now they do that. maybe last time they don't have that concern. I guess Randall could have tried to go from second to third on that fly ball, and Wallace would have been the better choice, and he made that catch.
So Jake Taylor flies out for out number 2. The The Pacifics are going to have Zach Files at the plate. Files so far, he has walked, and in today's game he's been on base a few times. Did ground out once as well, and the first pitch to Files is fouled off for strike one. Randall at second, Gillespie at first for the Pacifics. The Diamonds do lead 8-1.
Big moment for Freeze here. Keep him 7 runs down. You know, you've got 2 outs. Trying to get that 3rd out without anyone crossing the plate.
You see Freeze playing some tricks on Randall at second base. They're having some fun as the 0-1 pitch to Files is high and outside for ball number 1 in the at-bat. We've seen Freeze tonight not afraid to work in 3-0 counts or 3-1 counts, or you even throw ball 1 to people. He's not afraid to throw balls. He feels comfortable that he can get out of innings. He trusts his defense a lot. They've made great plays tonight, so that's justifiable, but I have to think 93 pitches into 6 innings of work might be the last of him. We'll see today's game is a ground ball to second baseman Yasuda. Flip to Bracamonte for out number 3. So the Diamonds get out of some trouble. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning as the Diamonds lead 8-1.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
We're back here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The Diamonds lead 8-1. Let's look at the new pitcher for the San Rafael Pacifics as Neil Lang's night is over. Neil Lang finished tonight. He did give up 8 earned runs on 9 hits. As the San Rafael Pacifics want to go in a different direction, they're going to bring in number 30, the 6'3", 235-pound right-hander, Angel Baez. Baez was born in 1991 and February 14th as the kids here do the cha-cha slide and have some fun, but as Baez seems to be ready. You see Baez there, number 30, the tall right-hander. And Baez in his last 7 games, he's only pitched 1. He's got the ERA is not something to be proud of as it is around 9. So he definitely has struggled in his last 7 games. Looking to bounce back here as the Diamonds lead 8-1. And Yuki Yasuda is the batter for the Diamonds. You see Yasuda's stats. He's hitting .292 on the year with 11 RBIs. He had a base hit earlier in this game as Baez throws a ball in tight for ball number 1. The 1-0-2 Yasuda is another pitch inside for ball number 2. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday evening. If you're watching us on TV or listening to us on Mixler.
What a gorgeous day it is. Very little breeze. It's not as hot as people might imagine.
Baez throws another pitch inside for ball number 3. I know in LA, around the Azusa or Los Angeles area, it was 117 degrees.
Yes,
this past couple of days. So, luckily we're in Northern California, the East Bay. We have, the marina here, so it's has cooled things off as Baez throws 4 straight balls on the inside part of the plate. Leads to a Yasuda free bag. Brings up Jose Garcia. Garcia did make me eat my words his last day batting. He had a double, which led to a 5-run inning for this Diamonds team.
So this is Angel Baez. Did you happen to go over his stats?
Yes, we did, Scott.
Good. Because they, it gets confusing on this Pacifics team. They have an Angel Baez and they have a Fernando Baez.
The
two Baez, no waiting.
As Garcia pops one high in the air, it looks to be playable. Baez going to take control. No, the third baseman, Files, will call him off like he should and make the out.
Last time we were here together, didn't we have a play where we talked about the pitcher should be told to get out of there and let the real players catch it?
I think they were pretty certain it was the Martinez Clippers or maybe the Sonoma Stompers. Not sure exactly who it was, but there Baez did his job, got out of the way like he was supposed to, and let the infield take control. So you see the pop-up here again. The first pitch pop-up by Garcia just got him on the inside part of the bat. Seemed to jam him somewhat as you see the pitcher Baez call it off and then say, never mind.
I'm not sure I'm going to give Baez credit for getting out of the way.
He more so stood there and said, I'm not going to move for it. So as Baez throws ball one to Brett Smith, the left fielder for the Diamonds in today's ball game. We've passed our 2-hour mark in this broadcast. We're 3 minutes away from 7 o'clock. The breeze picks up here. It's a 1-0 pitch to Smith. Fouled off towards the third baseline, excuse me. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Diamonds are leading 8-1. Wes Wallace has the biggest hit of the ball game, a 3-run home run in the bottom of the last half inning.
The Diamonds are 9 games behind these San Rafael Pacifics, but they're only 4 games behind both Vallejo and Sonoma. And the top 4 teams will make the playoffs. And the difference between being number 4 and number 3 will be huge. So that is also a very important race to see if they can get up to the 3rd or number 2 position. And, of course, number 1 is still their goal.
As Baez fires a fastball in for strike number 2. But, the Diamonds, would like to, have some home field advantage or, have some advantage on their side going into the playoffs. But so far this season against the Pacific team, things really haven't gone their way. They're 1-4 against San Rafael this year. They have been outscored 32-17. Obviously, they're winning 8-1 tonight, but things haven't always gone their way in the season series as Baez fires in a fastball for ball number 2.
Well, there's a reason San Rafael number 1, and that's doing that against everybody.
You are correct. San Rafael has been fairly dominant all season. They've only lost in 8 games. I think they're 24-8. They are the best team in the Pacific Association. They shut out plenty of teams. They shut out the Diamonds 5-0 in one of the Diamonds' 4 losses against the Pacifics this season. As the 2-2 pitch to Smith is down low for ball number 3, going to make it a full count. And the Diamonds' only win is on a Dakota Free start where they won 3-2 against Neil Lang. So seems to be some deja vu here. Obviously not 3-2, but the score is 8-1. The Diamonds are leading.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the 7th because I'm not sure if Freeze is going to come out. I mean, there's nobody warming up, so I guess Freeze is coming out, and he's close to 100 pitches.
So Freeze will get a chance to come out. Yasuda goes. Smith swings the ball in the dirt. The slide from Yasuda. He's going to get in safe. So Smith goes down swinging. Yasuda gets in safely at second. And that means Morgan Blatnick's going to have a chance here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning to get the Diamonds lead to 9-1.
And it was Blatnick, his last ups in the 5th inning. Here's a replay of that strikeout. And then Yasuda down at second base well before the throw. And he's in there safely. But it was last inning. Blatnick had really the key hit with runners at first and second. He laid down a sacrifice bunt perfectly and moved the runners up to second and third and just set the stage.
First pitch from Baez is a changeup inside for ball number 1. So Blatnick, who has been one of the 3 hottest hitters for this Diamonds team, you see his season stats. He's hitting .330 with 3 home runs and 25 RBIs. He's been, he was started the season at third base, kind of lost his spot, and has now been a mainstay at the top of the order. He's been one of the best hitters on the average side and the OBP side all year in the Pacific Association as a whole. As the 1-0 pitch from Baez is in for strike number 1.
Now that says 95 pitches, but that's not true for the pitcher for the Pacifics at the moment. He's much less than that as he's just come in here. Faced the Diamonds in the bottom of the 6th.
It's the 1-1 pitch to Blatnick is fouled off out of play for strike number 2. if Blatnick would reach or something would happen and the inning would continue, Gabriel Bracamonte is on deck, followed by the number 4 hitter on the night for the Diamonds. Songs to Joel Carranza, who is second baseman, fields it, that being Brill, and flips to the first baseman Taylor for out number 3. So I'm going to go ahead to the PA. Tony Schultz is going to come back, and him and Scott are going to finish this ball game out, but the Diamonds do lead 8-1. And we'll go to the top of the 7th back here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399.
Welcome back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium. This is Scott McDonald, and I am here with Tony Schultz. Thank you to Sterling Bennett, who was our intern this year in the broadcasting department, doing a fine job of play-by-play there. And he has been now moved over to finish the game with the public address announcing. Now, Scott, you said you were here with Tony Schultz. Where's Tony? Well, Tony had to make a brief visit to Mother Nature, and he'll be back here giving us his insight into the ball game very shortly. But right now, we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning with the Diamonds leading 8-1, and they have got a big victory in their grasp. Let's see if they can nail it down. Dakota Freeze is still on the mound for the Diamonds here in the 7th inning. He'll face Michael Stuttinger, Ricky Ginris, and Aaron Brill, the first 3 scheduled hitters for San Rafael. Stottinger steps in. We are happy that you're joining us on Delta TV, and if you are joining us on Mixer.com, if we make comments about what you see on the screen or who's missing from the picture, it's because we're doing a simulcast, and so we're talking to the TV folks then, but we are trying to give you as much detail as we can on the radio side. Here's the next pitch here in the top of the 7th with the score 8-1 Diamonds, 9 games behind these San Rafael Pacifics at the start of the day, and they're trying to pick. Jose Garcia goes into left field. A base hit to lead off the 7th for Stottinger, and the Pacifics have the first man on and nobody out. Coming up is Ginris, who has a spectacular play at catcher to his credit today when the Diamonds had the bases loaded. Bracamonte was on at third, and the ball got away from Ginris at the plate. Bracamonte broke for the plate, and he came sliding in. Ginris went over by the third baseman, Blatnick, who throws to first. And Aaron Brill will come to the plate. Here's a replay. Here you can see coming at you will be Morgan Blatnick. He cuts right there in front of Garcia, throws out the runner, out number 1. Now, here is a shot of Stottinger down at second base, and you can Freeze just threatens to throw the ball, gets Stottinger to run back there, even though no one was covering. Tony has returned. He was missing in that shot.
Shh, it's a secret.
Well, it was no secret when I was here sitting alone. Big empty seat next to me. 1-0 count. It looked like my senior prom date. 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch is a ball, 2-0. I did have a date for the senior ball. I did. She didn't like it. No. Maybe she felt forced to go. 2 balls, no strikes. Aaron Brill. There's 1 out and a runner at second. A 7-run Pittsburgh Diamond lead. Dakota steps off the rubber. Dakota does not have 1 pitch. Dakota has many pitches, over 100. The pitch is low for a ball. maybe it doesn't go to 100. Maybe it's 102.
It doesn't. It just goes back around.
Does it? So, okay, so we're at 102 now for Dakota Freeze. That's a lot of pitches, especially on a hot day. But the Diamonds bullpen is only slowly warming up. Slowly warming up. That's a strike. On his way to first base and called back is Aaron Brill. It's a 3-1 count to Aaron Brill. One out, runner at second.
And there's something you don't see often. Aaron Brill looking back and in total agreement about that last call. Nodding his head, yeah.
On his way to first base, but he was 3-1 count. Freeze comes set at the belt and comes to the plate 3-1, and this pitch is lifted to left, right center field, and on his horse is the right fielder Hill, but he can't get it, bounce over the wall for a ground rule double, and that will not cost the Pacifics a run, as Stottinger was on second base, and he will score on the ground rule double. So Aaron Brill will take his place at second. Here it is again. That ball is hit deep to right center field, and Brill on his way, trying to get to it. That's Wes Wallace. There's Brill in the background, and the ball bounces over the fence, and so it's a ground rule double, and Aaron Brill will be on his second. Stottinger scores, and it's 8-2 now in favor of the Diamonds.
I should have walked him. It looked like they had him walked. Instead, has to take another pitch, and hits it over the wall on one bounce.
That is the second hard hit ball of the inning, as Stottinger had a hard line drive single to left field to lead off the inning. So there's one out and a runner at second, and now Don Andre Clark up here. He is 0 for 3 and cleaning up that batter's box as he does. A lot of people like to be at the back of the batter's box. He's right up there on the plate, you know, kind of even with the plate.
Well, he's handled Don Andre so far.
Pitch inside for a ball, 1-0.
Top of the order man, 0 for 3, and so he's a nice part of the recipe for victory. Keep those guys in the top of the lineup from getting on base.
Clark, left-handed batter against a right-handed Freeze. And he had all kind of movement on that. It was a strike. He started to swing, and then he bounced out of the way and kind of danced out of the batter's box. That was called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Freeze looks back at second. Aaron Brill stands there. Here's the throw of the pitch, and it swings and fouled off, and I don't know if that got part of Ron Adams.
It did. Well, he skimmed him on the left arm, and he was feeling that a little bit. And, well, we've seen enough of that for the last couple of nights.
I think so, too. We've seen enough last night. If you weren't with us, Mike Heller, the home plate umpire, took a foul ball right off his face mask. Here's Clark hitting that, and it hits Adam right on. You can see it brush his shirt above his elbow there. Heller took it right in the mask, even lost consciousness, it looked like, for a moment right after he got hit with the ball. And there was a long delay as they decided whether or not he could continue. There is, we talked with Aaron Miles about that in the pregame show. What would happen if he couldn't continue? And Aaron said if both teams agreed, they could go forward with one umpire, and the other umpire would have gone behind the plate to call balls and strikes. We've talked to other people say they've seen situations like this at other ball games where here's a pitch from Freeze inside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes, where they've gotten a person out of the crowd who has qualified, has qualified as an umpire to come out and be the second umpire. So that's another possibility. And you'd think with both teams there'd probably be somebody else around who might have those qualifications. 2-2 count. Ooh, that pitch is high and inside.
I mean, that seems like a long shot, though, right? Like somebody in the crowd that happened to have those qualifications to be an umpire and is willing to be ridiculed.
Well, I think that comes. I mean, if you've gotten to the part where you've reached qualification to be an umpire, you've gotten past the ridicule part. I think it's kind of the number one thing on the job app. Here's the pitch. Bounded at the plate, and it's a foul ball, so it is, my best friend at the doctor. He spent a lot of time going, this sporting arises. Is there a doctor? If people get hit in the noggin with a football or something, it's It's a lot of soft back. Now, it's quite often he comes out with a smile. The last one before it brought a smile, too. That's the happy batter. And Don Andre Clark at the plate with 1 out, a 3-2 count. Dakota Freeze, who started and has, of course, and out of play. And so Clark and Freeze are going to have a battle here. And
figure either way, this will be his last batter. The Diamonds have somebody who looks like ready to go out there in the bullpen.
It looks like Alex Leach up on the mound, and he has stopped his warm-ups, indicating that he is warmed up.
Heart of the order coming up for San Rafael, too.
This pitch fouled off by Clark.
Last night the Diamonds got the good outing from Ridge Ackerman, who had been a reliever, and they got him some extended innings, which was nice. Steven Johnson did a nice job coming out of the bullpen. Weren't able to hold on to that, and don't want to let this one get away.
Leach back throwing a couple pitches, just trying to stay warm, I guess. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Big battle here between Dakota Freeze and Don Andre Clark, the center fielder for San Rafael.
Big smile on the face of Don Andre. He loves the way this is going. He is really battling Dakota Freeze right now.
3-2 count. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Well, after fouling off at least 5 or 6 pitches, Clark decides to take that one, and it was in the strike zone for strike number 3. Here comes Rando Moreno, who is the shortstop for San Rafael. He's up here with 2 down and a runner at second, and it's an 8-2 Diamonds lead. Dakota Freeze has gone the whole game, 100-plus pitches, over 110 pitches now. Alex Leach warmed up in the bullpen. This pitch is a ground ball, line drive, base hit down the right field line. And grounding third and coming in to score will be the Aaron Brill. On his way to second with a double is Moreno, and it's 8-3.
Right down the line. No chance for the first baseman Bracamonte to get there, and it's another tally for the Pacifics. And we always talk about it. It starts out so slowly sometimes. They creep back in, and now here comes Aaron Miles to talk to his starter.
Cameron Hatch is now up throwing. Alex Leach is warmed up. Aaron Miles on his way to the mound. Dakota has thrown 110-plus pitches. And in this inning, he has been hit hard. He's a hard single to Stottinger. He gave up a long double to Aaron Hill. And then he gave up that line drive to Moreno. And he will be taken out of the ball game here. He will be retired from this game with an 8-3 lead. He's got a runner at second base that he's responsible for. And Alex Leach will come to the mound to take on the pitching duties for the Pittsburg Diamonds. This year, Alex Leach has made 7 appearances. He has gone 36 2/3 innings. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong line. 7 appearances. He's gone 14 1/3 innings. He has given up 10 walks, has 22 strikeouts in 14-plus innings. He has no record. His ERA is 3.77. Leach steps up here. He will face, with 2 down, the leading hitter in the league, Javion Randall, to start. There are 2 runs scored in this inning for San Rafael, and it is 8-3 in favor of Pittsburgh. The Diamonds with 8 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Pacifics. The big hit of the day, among many, I guess, a 3-run home run for Wes Wallace, his second 3-run home run in as many games.
And how about that for Wes? Over the last couple of games, 7 RBIs. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And here's If we've had that fancy graphic before, I've missed it. That's very sharp.
Great numbers there for Alex Leach with a 376 earned run average.
Yep. Well, here's a chance. The Diamonds, I think anybody who's followed the Pittsburgh season would indicate that the bullpen has been a problem for Pittsburgh. And they are handing this game over to the bullpen here in the 7th inning with 2 outs and a 5-run lead, a runner at second. But they need the bullpen to come through. Big game, big opportunity against these first-place Pacifics. So down to second base goes Moreno. Javion Randall will come to the plate, and he'll be facing Alex Leach, the right-hander, against the right-hander Randall. The left-hander, Cam Hatch, is throwing in the bullpen. Two outs. Leach looks in and has his sign. He's ready to go. The first pitch from Alex Leach is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Randall so far today has struck out, and then he's singled and he has walked. So he's 1 for 2. Leach set at the belt. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, and out of play, and it's 1-1.
It's that kind of danger zone right now, but you do got 2 outs. But this part of the line.
How many times we see a reliever come in and have an inability to find the strike zone, and he has missed on one pitch very closely, and the next pitch he got a strike. The 1-1 pitch on the strike zone got just enough of it to knock it foul. Now Leach out ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, I think Randall caught timeout, but he didn't even leave the batter's box. Just stayed right there, holding the bat above his head. 1-2 count. Look back at second. Here's a pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And a fastball pop in the glove, clearly outside, but not a bad pitch in a 2-strike situation. Trying to get that hitter to hit the pitcher's strike, or at least in this case, the pitcher's pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch outside. He gets by the catcher, Javier, and down to third base goes Moreno.
And that'll be a pass ball. Steven reaching out to his right and just had to go off the tip of that glove. So that'll give them a free base.
3-2 count. Randall came in hitting .416, and he 2 strikes on Randall. Takes his time. Comes set. And Leach comes in to strike out the league's leading hitter to end the 7th inning for San Rafael. 6.5. The score is Pittsburgh 8 and San Rafael 3.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
Well, they just finished strikes, you're out. And that's the strike number 3.
But after allowing that pass ball, Stephen Javier able to hold.
That may have been what he was rolling his eyeballs. Like he didn't think that Javier flung, taking me out to the ball game. That must be Pacifics. Quinn Pippin has stepped. And, let's see. I'm sure Pacifics will give you an idea of his season. Comes into the game. This is his 12th start. 19 is 1 win and no loss. His ERA 6 point. Will send to the plate. Gabriel Bracamonte. Bracamonte involved spectacular, unbelievable play. Why it's not 9-3. But here it is, 8-3. It's holding on to a 5-run lead. The first pitch. Patrick O'Donnell in the on-deck circle. Bracamonte is 2 for 3. That's Javier behind the plate. That's popped up foul and out of play, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, good game for RBI base hit. He was out at that beautiful play at the wild pitch.
Ooh, backs away from this pitch, which is head high.
Of course, that was right agreement. You got to make those guys make that great play, and they did.
Then you score. Here against Quinn Pippin, the new relief pitcher for the Pacifics. This pitch is a ground ball to the left side, picked up by the third baseman Files, who throws. Patrick O'Donnell will come to the plate. He's doubled, he's singled, he sounds like a lot, but he can't say it enough times.
Really been good. Here's that highlight. The last one, Bracamonte out 5.
Has cashed in on possibilities. 0-1 count. Out. 0-1 pitch. That's ball 1, 1-1. Ace is wild.
Say that.
They don't, but we just said it. I said it. Also 1 strike. That was inside, and O'Donnell scooted out of the way a little bit. Pippin getting his sign, has it. Comes set. That's high ball 3, 3-1. Very side ball 4. O'Donnell.
Yeah, the way you start saying.
Exactly. He's 2 under for the day, 4 under for the by-play job I had. Believe it or not, was a golf tournament in high school. I did not lead to a great golfing career. But if you're golf on TV, makes me feel like I'm at home. Pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1 to Stephen Javier up here with a runner at first. 1 out. The Diamonds lead by 5, 8-3. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning. Quinn Pippin, third pitcher of the day for the Pacifics, looks at the plate, 1-1. He's going to come to the plate. He fouls it away. It's 1-2. On deck. That's home cooking for a lot of people. That 3-run homer is that's just a lovely play. Throw to first.
Red hot.
The Diamonds have shown a desire to run in this game over there at first base. O'Donnell is the speedster, and he might take off for second any time. Not going this one. Javier ground ball left out. Javier down to second base, and in there safely is Patrick O'Donnell.
And about a little more than a game and a half.
Here's a replay.
3-run home
By Moreno, picks it up and throws him out.
Yeah, I mean, if Pippin that tips off his glove, that's going to end up being an infield base hit. So he's probably. Now here's Wes Wallace with 7 RBIs in the last about game and a half.
This pitch is swung and a miss to strike. It's 0-1.
That fastball. Quinn bringing the heat.
Scoring position at second base, and he's got the speed to make good on that threat. Pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. It's 0-2.
And you always kind of wonder what kind of psychological advantage for the Diamonds if they can pick math. Add 1.
Right. You need to pick them up. Need to pick up that run. It's standing out there. Big fat run at second base. He's kept that ball from going down the line, but that was about all he contributed to that play. Yeah. In at third base is O'Donnell, and now with a 1-2 count on away.
I guess just did not know he was running.
Yeah, he just did not move towards the bag at all. Pitch, but he was able to make the catch easily in right field, and that's out number 3. So the Diamonds get a runner with a walk, and they get him to third base, but they can't get him home. At the end of 7 full, the score, Pittsburg 8, San Rafael 3.
Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
Diamonds manager Aaron Miles pulling all the levers tonight in his battle against the San Rafael Pacifics. Matt Kavanaugh being the coach of the manager of the Pacifics. And he is now going to go to Cam Hatch after Alex Leach came in to face one batter in the 7th inning and got that batter out. It was a big out. It was Javion Randall, the leading hitter in the league, and he struck him out to end the 7th inning for San Rafael. Now, coming here in the 8th inning, with the Diamonds holding a 5-run lead, will be Cameron Hatch. Hatch has had a successful season for the Diamonds, so they're hoping to continue that here. He's had 13 appearances so far, pitched 16 and 2/3 innings. He has given up 13 walks, has 28 strikeouts in 16 and 2/3 innings. His record is 2 wins and no losses. His ERA 4.86. He's a red-headed, left-handed pitcher, and he has come into some tight situations before. And today he's going to get to take on the first-place San Rafael Pacifics with a 5-run Pittsburgh lead here in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, and he gets the heart of the order, but like you said, Randall's already been taken care of, so that was a huge at-bat there. But still, Gillespie and Taylor to start this one. Nice to start with them in a clean inning, and feels pretty good with a 5-run lead, too.
Right, and they don't figure they're going to have to face 9 batters. They've got 6 outs due to the Pacifics. They got 6 outs here before this game is in the Pittsburgh win column, and those are 6 big outs, and they'll be tough outs. But Randall won't be coming up. The league's leading hitter, hitting over 400. We haven't said that since last year with Vinny Galletti, and it's just amazing to hit over 400.
Especially this late in the season. I mean, it's not like we're in the first couple of weeks.
Right. In fact, 1 week from tomorrow is the halfway point. Gillespie at the plate. The first pitch to him is high for a ball. It's 1-0. Gillespie has a single and 3 trips to the plate, including a sacrifice fly. So he is 1 for 2 as he struck out in the 2nd inning. Left-hander against the left-handed pitcher, Cam Hatch. Nobody on the mound at the moment in the Diamonds bullpen. Sean Johnson doing some kind of warm-up. Here's the pitch inside, but it's a strike. It got the inside corner, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Gillespie a bit fooled that time, Scott. He's like spinning out of the way. That's a sort of 3/4 spin. That one comes in and catches the inside part of the plate.
Here's the pitch from Hatch. Swung on, and this one is hit to right field. Back goes Hill. And he's got the ball. And it's out, number 1. You know, he must have a great eye, because he gets, that ball looks like it's really well hit. And Hill gets to the spot, stops, and catches the ball, and that's how you're supposed to do it.
And he gets there so quickly, he has time to turn around and square up where he's not chasing the ball all the time.
Playing a very strong outfield for the Diamonds, Jerome Hill, out of Pittsburgh High School and Los Medanos College, and he went to Dixie State University for a couple years, and now he's the Pittsburgh Diamonds right fielder at the moment. Cam Hatch for the pitch to Jake Taylor, and it's low and outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Boy, and Jake with such a great career here with the Diamonds, another productive season for him, but he's been handled so far.
3 fly balls.
A nice game against him.
Yeah, he's the kind of player. There's a number of players here. You may give up the home run. Just don't give it up with runners on base. Nobody on now. 1 out. Jake Taylor up here with a 1-1 count. Tall, strong first baseman for San Rafael. Right-handed batter. The 1-1 pitch. Swung fouled at the plate. And Hatch in front of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just kind of cued that one a little bit, so Jake way out in front, and now Cam ahead of the count here, 1-2. Let's see if he can put him away.
Hatch. Yeah, some of these relievers, it's funny. It seems like they have a habit of looking back at the bases to see the runners, even when there aren't one. Pitch that swung on him. It's strike 3.
Huge out right there. Now, I know it's like we're talking about the Diamonds here with a 5-run lead this late in the game, but if you're the Diamonds, you just do not want to see these guys put together any kind of a string and just get them out, get it done, and put this one in the win column.
Zach Files will come to the plate. The Pacifics have 4 outs left. Here's the pitch to Taylor. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. And now we're down to 4 outs left for San Rafael. Hatch to the plate. Left-handed batter. Swing and a miss. A strike, and it's 0-1.
Looks like Steven Johnson's getting ready down the bullpen. He had a nice outing last night.
Zach Files up here. No balls and 1 strike count. Hatch getting out in front of these batters. Here's the pitch. That one is bounded foul. Ground ball left side. Charging by Blatnick. It kind of veers on him, but he stays with it and he throws him out. Out number 3. Cam Hatch has a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Diamonds are still leading 8-3.
One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburg Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
Libraries are community centers.
It is a beautiful night in Pittsburgh, and I can say that without even looking at the scoreboard. But if you look at the scoreboard, you'll know it's really a beautiful night in Pittsburgh. The Diamonds are leading 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. They've got a chance to add another couple or 1 or 2 insurance runs to this score right now before they face the Pacifics for the final 3 outs, they hope, tonight. Quinn Pippin is back on the mound for San Rafael, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Pacifics. He will face, for the Diamonds here in the bottom of the 8th inning, the bottom 3 batters. Jerome Hill, who just made that nice play in right field. Yuki Yasuda, who's had a great day at second base. And Jose Garcia, who has a double among his trips to the plate today. And those 3 will be the first 3 scheduled hitters for the Diamonds today.
Now batting the right fielder.
Jerome Hill, as we said, has this ability to get to the point where he wants to make the catch, stop, turn, and make that catch. It looks almost too easy. It's not that easy. It takes really solid defensive work.
And Jerome's 0 for 3 so far, but he did hit the ball hard. Lined the ball hard to 3rd back in the 4th inning.
Pippin to the plate against Hill. He swings, bounces to the right side, right at the first baseman, Taylor. He picks it up, and he'll beat Hill to the bag for out number 1. First ball swinging, and he grounds out meekly, really, to the first baseman, Taylor. Yuki Yasuda is up here, and Yuki has a walk, a single, and he's flown out once. He stole a base. Holds that bat high over his head. He's got that distinctive stance. That pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, thank you for joining us on Delta TV. You can see it on the Pittsburgh Diamonds YouTube channel, or you can see it on television. Pitch. That's a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. ATT Uverse or Comcast. Either one. On the local access channel, and of course Mixler. You connect with that through the DiamondsProBall.com. That pitch is a strike. Another thing you do at DiamondsProBall.com, get your tickets for tomorrow. These 2 teams here tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The Diamonds in the first place, San Rafael Pacifics. Here's a pitch to Yasuda. He takes a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Diamonds are leading those first place San Rafael Pacifics 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 out and nobody on. Pippin to the plate, bound ball foul, and the count will stay at 2-2.
This one, Scotty, going pretty much according to script. Good outing for Dakota Freeze. The offense really got it going today. No problems with the defense. The bullpen's doing well. And just 3 more outs to get.
Those seem like a long 3 outs, but they're going to be here before you know it. Here's a pitch to Yasuda. He fouls this one again, foul down the left field line. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Diamonds last night had 2 outs in the 9th inning, ahead by 2 runs. And the next batter hit a 2-run home run to tie the score. The Diamonds held Martinez scoreless in the top of the 10th. Here's a pitch popped up. Center field. DeAndre Clark out there. He says, I got it. He does, out number 2. Diamonds held the Clippers scoreless top of the 10th. Hard to do with the rules that have runners at first and second and nobody out to start every extra inning. But they did, and they went to the bottom of the 10th, and they could not score themselves. They went to the 11th. They gave up 3 runs and lost a game that they had led with 2 outs in the 9th inning. It was a very painful loss. And you just don't have time to be all hangdog about it, because here comes the first place team, and boy, have the Diamonds shined today. Jose Garcia with 2 outs and no one on. In the bottom of the 8th, the pitch is outside. A ball, 1-0.
And the thing I was impressed with, when you have that really tough loss, Scotty, sometimes you bring it into the next day.
Right, absolutely.
Diamonds didn't do that. That was nice to see, and the results so far have been great.
The 1-0 count, the 1-0 pitch, and Garcia lines into left field. It's a base hit. His second hit of the day, and it bounces over the left fielder's head. Garcia will stop at first. Looks like he had a shot at second base there for a moment, but he did not try it. Randall out there in left field. We've talked about this earlier. And for that left fielder, the rest of the infield, it's not so bad, but the left fielder is still fighting that sun, and that might have given him a problem on that bouncer over his head. So on at first base is Garcia, 2 down. 2 down. Second hit of the day for Jose. And boy, if Jose's coming out of his slump, there's another good sign for the Diamonds.
Wow.
He's got a double and this single. And watch, there's Randall, and he's just had a hard time getting that ball.
I'll tell you something else about Garcia's double.
Here comes Moreno. I didn't see Moreno fall on his butt trying to get the relay. What was that?
Garcia's double and single, those are both really, really loud, too.
Yeah. So and he's got the power. He's got power to hit that ball. And maybe he's coming alive. Same place. This ball going left side. Base hit. Left field. Brett Smith right after Garcia's single. They got that one. Randall almost let it by again. Runners at first and second. There are 2 down here. And the Diamond Bats are starting to make some noise. Maybe now they're on the verge of an insurance run.
Well, you get West going in the middle of that order, and then Garcia at the end of the order going. You've already got the top part of the order. There's no other part of the order to get going. They're all going.
There's Brett Smith. He bounds into left field for a single, and that is his second hit of the day. He is 2 for 4. Here comes Morgan Blatnick, who just has been hotter than fire up until this game. Today, he's got a sacrifice bunt that was a huge part of a big inning for the Diamonds. He walked and scored a run in the first. He has otherwise grounded out and flown out. He's up here with runners at first and second and 2 down, bottom of the 8th inning, 8-3 Diamonds, and they're trying to add anything more they can possibly get. The pitch to Blatnick, ground ball right side, Taylor over to the foul line to pick it up, comes to the bag to tag it and get him out, and so the Diamonds will not score another run. After they get 2 hits, they leave 2 runners. We're going to the 9th inning at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, and it's the Diamonds 8, the first place San Rafael Pacifics 3.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburg. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant.
It is the 9th inning here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The Diamonds have been pointing towards this game all week. He didn't really want to talk about it that much, but he knew it was coming. In every pregame show this week, there's been a comment about San Rafael. Today I said to Aaron Miles, I know when you're fired up, but you get fired up for certain series. Last year there were a couple series against Sonoma you were fired up, and you're fired up for this one. And he tried to play it down a little bit, but let me tell you, he has been fired up for this series all week long. And right now, we're going to the 9th inning with an 8-3 Pittsburgh lead, and I know he's got to be tickled pink. They've got 3 big outs to go, and they're going to try to do it with their newest Pittsburgh Diamond pitcher, Sean Johnson. Johnson had a wonderful outing last night, or the night before.
It was last night.
It was last night.
2 innings, a run, but certainly gave the situation over to the late inning relief with a chance to win. So he did a nice job, and now the Diamonds give him a lot of breathing room here. So hopefully he can take care of San Rafael and get this weekend series started off right.
Sean Johnson is making his 4th appearance. He has pitched 4 innings. He's given up 1 run, but that run was unearned. And he has given up 3 walks. He has 5 strikeouts, no record, and no ERA. He's a big, tall, right-handed pitcher, long hair coming out the back of his baseball cap, and he is an imposing presence on the mound, and he has had success on the mound. He will face the bottom 3 in the San Rafael order: Michael Stottinger, Ricky Jinris, and Aaron Brill. The Diamonds leading 8-3 here in the top of the 9th inning, 3 outs away from a very big victory. And, you hate to say this, but winning today will only make it more painful to look back at the losses that they have suffered that they should not have suffered. But we've got more than half the season to go. 1 week from tomorrow, the halfway point.
That was a Scroogey thing to say. It's not
I've called me Ebenezer. That pitch is right outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Hey,
think,
Scott,
my goodness.
Do me a favor and take this wet blanket off of me.
Sean Johnson on the mound with a 1-0 count to the first batter he faces, and the 1-0 pitch is a strike. It's 1-1. Michael Stottinger, a left-handed batter against the right-handed Johnson here. The Diamonds playing him somewhat of a shift. Garcia deep. Stottinger, and he takes it high for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Lefty against righty. There's a record. Look at if you're watching us on television. Sean Johnson's record. The next pitch is popped up. Left side. Back goes Blatnick. Back goes Garcia. He calls off everybody else. Says he's got it. He does. Out number 1.
That's the way to start it off. Just a pop-up on the infield and an easy play for Garcia.
Got your best defender out there to make the play, and that's out number 1. Coming up.
Big out right there.
Ricky Jinris, talk about here's a replay, and we can see another good thing about this is the communication. Clearly, Garcia says he has it, and the left fielder and the third baseman stay out of the way, and he makes the play. Ricky Jinris, the defensive play of the day at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. It's 0-1. Jinris, that unbelievable backhand, underhand toss to home plate to get Gabriel Bracamonte trying to score from third on the wild pitch. You just will never see a better play. It's by 5. Johnson to the plate. The pitch is low for a ball. Diamonds, go ahead.
Now we're seeing these overshifts a lot more now.
A big one here. And there's an interesting thing about Dia all alone on the left side of Yasuda out into short right field on this position, right side of the bag. This pitch is low. Javier makes a move to try to get it, and it's underneath his foot.
For these last couple, even legit, and now we're starting to see more of it. I guess, the other teams are starting to catch on to who's hitting the ball where, and they're making the adjustments to that.
And I think it's taken this long in the season to try to see a lot of these people, although Jinris is a veteran. It's been in the Pacific Association. Here's a pitch. Inside, and off the glove of Javier goes to the backstop. So now the count on Jinris, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The Diamonds with a 5-run lead here. The Pacifics, the back of the batter's box, is the bat high over his head. The left-handed batter, the pitch to him, a line drive, left side. He got thrown out at first base. An unbelievable play. He boops the ball on the left side where nobody is covering. Garcia runs over to get the ball. Jinris never leaves the batter's box. Garcia picks it up and throws him out. the first base. He didn't move. And Garcia picks up the ball. Then Jenner starts to move, and he throws him out from the third base position.
Never seen a batter charged with an error. Right there, you could get charged with an error.
There are two down. The first pitch is inside, very inside. A ball. It's 1-0. Aaron Brill, the San Rafael Pacifics, 9 games ahead of these Diamonds, are down to their last out. Sean Johnson on the mound. He's got the first 2 batters in the 9th inning. Brill steps out of the batter's box.
Ground rule double for the RBI.
I've never seen that. Wow. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 strikes left for these Pacifics. They had a 13-game winning streak going up until last night. They lost. Tonight's would be the start. 1-1 count. 2 outs. Johnson to the plate. 1-1. That's a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. People saying who's going to slow down the San Rafael Pacifics as score after score after score would come in night after night. And now they're in danger of losing their 2nd in a row. And the Diamond. 1 o'clock start tomorrow at Winter Chevrolet Stadium here in City Park in Pittsburgh. Take Bart. Drive the covered wagon. Bring your car. Whatever it takes to get down here. The Diamonds are alive. The pitch is high and inside, ball 4, and Brill is on at first base. A chink in the armor or a momentary hiccup, we'll see, because we're going to the top of the San Rafael lineup with Don Andre Clark. He is 0 for 4 on the day. There's a runner at first with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th inning. It's 8-3 in favor of Pittsburgh. With his lead at first base is the former Diamond Brill. Clark set to go. Left-handed batter against the right-handed Johnson. The first pitch to him, outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Diamonds have no one warming up in their bullpen. Johnson got the first 2 batters easily. One on a bizarre play where Gingrich just did not leave the batter's box and got thrown out after he hit the ball where nobody was, and the big shift they had on him. Here's the next pitch. It's high for ball 2. It's 2-0.
Johnson thinking it's poetic justice. Saying, I made a great pitch. He didn't hit the ball hard. It wasn't like he earned a base hit, but Diamonds thankfully got the out. Imagine if the way
things are going now. They would have had 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. This is a strike, and it's 2-1. Clark taking all the way after Johnson walked Brill, and then he went 2-0 on Clark, but now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Last strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pittsburgh with a 5-run, 8-3 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Sean Johnson called in to bring an end to these things today. Has walked Brill, but has 2 outs. The next runners at first and second, and 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Now, Bracamonte, who has experience talking to pitchers, as he is generally a catcher, is going to come in and talk to Johnson. And he's got things to say. Javier is joining him, and Garcia is out there.
And we talked about this before. Even though you have a big lead, all of a sudden you start getting a few guys on base, and you got guys with home run pop coming up. The game just feels a lot closer. And the Diamonds, we talk about that last out being elusive. And it's proved to be a bit elusive right here. Still some breathing room here for the Diamonds.
But drives.
You're going to have to get a couple more guys on to bring the tying run to the plate, but you just don't want to get it that close.
What drives you crazy is these 2 guys are on base because they walked. They didn't get hits. Here's a pitch. It's a strike. It's 0-1. You don't want to be just giving them the chance to get on base, throw the ball, let them hit it. And chances are it's going to be an out. That's the way the odds go. Now it's no balls on 1 strike as Johnson gets ahead of Rando Moreno, the shortstop here, with runners at first and second and 2 outs. 0-1 count, the 0-1 pitch from Johnson. It's swung on, and it's a ground ball, and by Garcia into left center field. Rounding third, and coming in to score is Brill. Clark will go down to third. There are runners at the corners, and it's 8-4.
Good afternoon with the bat for Moreno. The picks up his third RBI.
A diving Jose Garcia could not make the stop, and that ball went on into center field, and 2 outs. There is still no one throwing in the Diamonds bullpen. Randall steps up here, hitting over 400 for the season. There goes the runner from first. The Diamonds will ignore him. The pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1.
And here's that danger zone you talk about, Scott, a 4-run lead. But if Randall is able to reach, Brent Gillespie would represent the tying run.
So San Rafael has got it set up about as well as they could have hoped to have it set up. Here's the pitch to Randall. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. And once again, San Rafael is down to its last strike. Runners at second and third, 8-4 in favor of Pittsburgh. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Sean Johnson has his sign and is set to go. Looks over at third, comes to the plate. Swung out of it, strike 3, and the game is over. The Diamonds have put away the first place San Rafael Pacifics by 4 runs, but he did come through to finally shut the door on these San Rafael Pacifics. And if a team ever needed a win like this, it might be these Pittsburgh Diamonds, who come through tonight with a great big 8-4 win. And like Wes Wallace himself, the Diamonds look to be a little bit reborn.
Yeah, Dakota Freeze, excellent start for him, 6 2/3, 3 runs on 5 hits. Alex Leach, an important outing, inherited a runner, didn't allow it to score, got that big out there. An inning for Cam Hatch, and the Diamond offense doing it again. And you got to look at Wes Wallace and that big 3-run home run. And also Jose Garcia with a couple of loud hits. Boy, things start to come together, but again, I have never seen a closer 8-4 game than I just saw. With one more, if Randall reaches right there, I mean, everybody's on
the
there.
on-deck circle.
Everybody.
But tomorrow, the Diamonds going with Jordan Brink, who is coming off a fine outing. And they are really excited about Jordan Brink, as they feel he's been getting better with every appearance. And Brink will be taking on these Pacifics with a chance to sweep the series and pull within 7 of San Rafael. But that still is a distance. But mentally, what a difference it will make to have beaten the first place team tonight.
Yeah, I'm just so impressed with the Diamonds. It was an all-around win. So many things went right today, and after what happened last night, you can hang your head. And again, Scott, sometimes you bring that to the ballpark with you. Things aren't going right, and if things get off to a bad start, you don't say, don't worry, we can come back. You start thinking, here we go again. And they didn't let that happen tonight.
Here are some highlights from today, and we're getting a lot of shots of Stephen Javier swinging and missing on that one. The throw to second was not in time. There's Dakota Freeze, who had an outstanding day for the Diamonds. And this one is Wes Wallace, who's going to make that sliding catch in center field. Jose Garcia with a ground ball this time. It does not a double play. He beats it out at first base with his speed. There's the shortstop Moreno, and he gets credible play by Ginrich. Backhands it underhand and tagged out Bracamonte. But next, Wes Wallace fence for a 3-run home run. Here's a shot to the right side, and that's going to be a home run. I know that's a ground rule double over the right field fence here. And there's Cam Hatch in his 8th inning appearance, where he got them to go 1-2-3. Good play by Blatnick, charging on that pitch. And here in the 9th, Johnson with a ground ball. Oh no, here's a weird play over towards the left field foul pole. Garcia overruns it, sees the batter's not going, goes back, picks it up, throws to first, gets him for the out, the second out of the inning. That was one of the more bizarre plays we've ever seen. Oh, hello. I'm Scott McDonald. With me is Tony Schultz. And we just want to say thank you for joining us. We hope you'll be here tomorrow. We'll be on Mixler. We'll be on BayAreaSports.tv for the closer of this 2-game series. The Diamonds have won tonight 8-4. Any final words?
Just a great win for the Diamonds. One they really had to have. And just coming off of a tough loss last night, it's just nice to get a win, and nice to get a win over San Rafael.
Thank you. We hope you join us tomorrow at 1 o'clock here. And thanks. Have a wonderful night and be safe.